Yeah, and it's my mom. Hang on a minute, this will be fun. Mom, I'm gaming right now!
Yes. Yes, you are.
Mom, I'm gaming right now! With my friends, Mom!
Hey, don't do that, me! Hey, I'm here too!
Mom! I'm gaming with my friends! What do you want?
Hey,
And I'm streaming, Mom! Mom!
I'm hanging up.
I love you, Mom.
Only 5 minutes left. Fire team that fights together stays together. Double down. Tell them to line up faster. Fantastic work.
Oh my God. I didn't just do that, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I think Marv would have been very proud of me in that moment.
I have the holocron. See here. You didn't make it, Grease.
Here? Did you get out?
Ah! Ah! I don't know what happened there. Wikipedia for me, but I have a Wikipedia, and I hate it. Oh wait, is that an empty? Tell me that's an empty suit. Okay, it's an empty suit. Okay. Oh, but I don't like the music that's playing. I do not care for the music that is playing right now. And there's a lot of ammo around here. There's a lot of ammo around here. I could have swore that was somebody hanging there. I could have swore that was somebody hanging there.
Which
And-
should be the upcoming update that's...
What the hell is that?
That is Barry. Barry. So you gotta say hey to Barry.
So is this the haunted house in the Halloween season?
More or less.
And they just keep all their
just keep going along.
other
You're doing
prop?
fine. You're doing fine.
Oh fuck! What was that? What was that? What the hell is that?
What was that? I don't know. You tell me.
What was that? Okay, yeah. You know what? You know I will get you for this.
Yeah, I know.
I will
Oh,
get you.
bullshit! You're the one, dude. You're the one that took me to TWA at night. I don't want to fucking.
Oh, well, I missed this.
All right. Anything on your EMF?
Do you want to play ball with me? Okay. Fuck that.
We are off and running, chat. Here we go. All right, Phil, move forward. Now, Phil, I will tell you right now, I will not leave you alone in this game. Open this door, Phil. Open this door to your left.
The one that I'm okay.
Yeah, the one on the left. Okay, walk in there. And read what is on the portrait, Phil.
How was that? Was that you?
No.
Because I didn't read anything and I just heard a noise.
No. Just
Magna.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
That switch does not seem to do anything. Exactly. It just shuts off the armor.
It shuts off the armor.
Alright, let me see if there's a switch over here. These switches here.
That was not us.
Again. Alright.
I think I heard Sabrina say mom.
Huh?
What? I thought you were in another room.
No, she didn't say anything.
Did you not?
I heard that.
I thought that was.
I thought that was Serena. I heard Mom.
Me too.
I heard it too.
It wasn't.
That was not a real person.
I'll tell you what, I know, I'm gonna take a seat over here.
Maker.
Maker. You're probably told not to speak to strangers. And that's fine. That's fine. My name is T. And over there's my...
Was that you squeaking?
Ooh, no, that wasn't. I heard that.
Yeah, that's now I hear you squeaking.
I heard
What was that? It sounded like a voice.
I don't... It did.
Yeah, it wasn't your because
No, it wasn't me. It wasn't. Nothing got caught in my throat. There was. I marked it, but it was a mumble. Did you heard that, right?
100%.
Cat, I swear, are you really doing this to me? Are you seeing this? Ah! Damn it, Cat! Don't. Oh my God! The cat. You little jerk! Man? What did you do to my game, Cat? I swear to God.
Is that still going off in there, Tina? I would like the cat balls. Someone needs some cat balls.
What was that?
Someone needs some cat balls. You have.
What is that? What is that? Do you hear that, Pip? It's a very... Wow, hang on. It's a very rushed... It sounds like a rushed whisper.
Someone needs some cat balls.
I'm now slowing it down to 175. I'm hearing turn around. Does anyone else hear that? Which is ironic when you think about it, because usually people say, "Oh, all theaters are haunted." I don't think all theaters are haunted.
Well, this one's definitely definitely.
I mean, something's.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're just not talking to us right now.
They're just not talking to us right now.
You want to go into the green room?
But I ask you, since when does an actor never want to talk about themselves?
Yeah.
Hi everyone, it's me, Twitch Dad, and I'm here. Yeah, this is where it starts to get super creepy. This is the game Cyberpunk 2077 wanted to be, chat. I'm just going to come out and say it. This is the game Cyberpunk 2077 wanted to be. So, there you go.
Well, pitter patter, let's get at her.
Okay. Glad I got that out of my system. Overriding it could destroy my software. But I made that choice when I hooked into the first computer and the consequences it would bring. I'm sorry we won't see the outside together. But I needed to carry on the memories of humanity to hold on to the past. But I see futures in companions and you. Here, let me take that off of you. You were my friend, the very best I could have asked for. Oh, damn it. This is gonna be another Last of Us ending where I cry, isn't it? I'm tearing up already. Oh. He's headbutting him. Oh. Oh, my heart! Oh, my heart! Oh. am I crying in a video game? Oh my god. I did it, hon. I did it, hon. I finished Stray. Worth every minute. Worth every minute. I'll move your butt just a little bit.
What?
I wonder if she's pregnant.
She does look like. I was just wondering if her belly was a little bit big.
Yeah,
Maybe that might be why she's hungry.
that might be.
So, Jack, you are upset that Wesley fought for Virginia, fought against his own people from Gettysburg. That must have been aggravating.
Did someone did you just whisper? Did you just whisper?
Keep going. Everything you got. No, I don't know. I'm worried. He's back at red.
Come on.
Oh no.
Steve
We got
Saylor! Steve Saylor! You did it! You did it! Congratulations, Steve Saylor! You just picked up your second seal, and it's a motherfucking raid seal! Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go!
I fucking love it when T gets hyped.
The team made entirely of your clan. Hold on. I'm going for it.
Yeah, you just saw 80 inches of me touching my nipples on your wall. You're never gonna look at your wall the same way again. Okay. Well, that was ominous, wasn't it? That was very ominous. But it's nice to be here, everybody, because, well, we are going to get spooky tonight. At least I hope we get spooky tonight. We just have to see if anybody was talking to us at Pennhurst. Hi, everybody. Hey, what's up? Hope you're having a good Thursday. Hope you're enjoying this weekend eve. So let me do a quick reminder of who I am and what's going on. Hi, Cammy. Dijin Gray. Anjin. Dijin Gray. I want to call you Anjin now after watching me some Shogun. Anjin, Dijin Gray, and many others. We have quite a few people up for the pre-show reel. Cassie, hey, how you doing? My ears were not burning, but I will take your word for it. You can call me whatever you want. I appreciate that. I'll keep it simple. I'll go with Gray. Hey, Chris. Good to see you. I saw a first-time chatter in stream. No brainer. Good to see you. Good to see you as well. I did see we had a first-timer in stream. Let's see if I can scroll back and see who that was. Well, that was Just Hero. Just Hero. How you doing there, Hero? And Cheddar Cheese with the spinning mug. I do like the spinning mug. But it's nice to know there are people looking out for us in the paranormal and wanting to take us to different places. I want to try this one. Akumater. I'm trying to figure out the cadence of it. Akumater. How you doing? Welcome on into the stream. Welcome to the Monster Mash. And don't mind me. I'm just here. Oh, I see you. No. No, you've been seen now. You've been seen.
I see you. Just hero baggins.
Welcome on in. And for those of you again who have found us through the Monster Mash, through Doug and his review of his stream against my book, for whatever silly reason that was, man, we are still riding the wave on that, and I am nothing but humbled and appreciative. I even got the, oh, look at that. Hero coming out of the box. He's coming out of the box. Hi. Oh, hi. Oh.
You wanna pick a voice for me? You wanna pick a voice for me? Come on. This is my little right here. This is Benedict. Hello, Secondhand. Secondhand? Gamer Cat sees you.
Shuffle.
Gamer Cat sees you.
Hey, Secondhand, do me a favor. Would you please get me out of here? Please get me the hell out of here. I'm just done. I'm done. I'm done. Seriously, Dad, put me down. Put me down and give me treats. Put me down. No night kisses. Ow! For frick's sake.
Does it have to be human?
Does
it have to be mine? Where am I supposed to get it?
Okay, Bass, you ready, Bass? Here we go. Here we go. Watch this guy. Watch this guy. Watch this guy. Watch this guy. Oh. Dad! I better get extra treats for that, Dad. That was a foul on my part. Someone call the foul. Someone call the foul. Yes, everything you've heard about this stream is in fact true.
He's got cats on stream? God, what can't Team Monster do? I'm not even being facetious. It's like a really good stream.
There you go. Hope you all enjoyed that little brush with terror, because man, that would have been 20 pounds. That would have oh really? No. Hey, look. I believe truly in the bottom of my heart, in my heart of hearts, drop-ins are essential if you want to be a pro level streamer.
So technically, T. Morris is correct.
There you go. You see? So there it is.
T. Morris is proud of me.
I am, and I'm proud of you as well. I hope everyone's been having a good stream. For anybody who knows my cat situation here, what is a drop-in? A drop-in is it's actually defined in Twitch for Dummies and even in podcasting for Dummies. That's when you see somebody do like a sound effect, or well, a sound effect can be a drop-in, but a video clip can also be a drop-in. And I mean, you know, if you want a non-Doug drop-in, although I did have some really good drop-ins from Doug stream. We also have, you know, from for any Letterkenny fans out there.
Well, pitter patter, let's get at her.
There's that one. If you are, you know, if things really start going bad, I can just tell everyone to abandon ship. You know, there's that one. And then finally, if I start going off on a tangent,
I've seen Montana.
There's another great one, because we would have liked to have seen Montana. But if you just need to make sure that I'm staying on topic,
stay on target.
Back there.
Stay on target.
I'm working on it. Yeah, think of drop-ins as gifts in audio, and you got it. Gifts in audio. Team Monster really wants to read me wants me to read the book. No, I'm just telling you, it's what. So to be a true S-tier streamer, you need goofy sound effects. I mean,
so technically, T. Morris is correct.
So there you have it. I mean, from the mouth of Doug. Okay, from the mouth of Doug. All right. So for anyone who is aware of my cat situation right now, you know about EVP. You know that Evie is still in her collar, and she has been. She's got something going on where she will lick herself raw, and we don't know why. We went to the vet today. We went to the cat whisperer. We went to Dr. Medici today, and she did confirm that the reason why whenever we would, you know, get to pet Evie's hips or her backside, she would, hey, how you doing there, Arelis? She would make this, she'd do this weird, yeah, that wasn't something to be cute. She was in pain. So we are, and it may have it may be related to the FIV. She has this like skin sensitivity slash nerve issue, and we are taking care of it. We are taking care of it, and Edie is, we're on a watch and wait and see how things go. But she's fine. She's still very healthy. Matter of fact, when she walked in, the vet took one look at her and go, "Ooh, someone's chubby," and we were like,
"All right, everybody get in the car."
That wasn't. No, I'm sorry. That was the wrong one to play. I mean, Evie was more like, "Well, f you." I mean, Dr. Medici, you can go on ahead and just go off and f yourself. Did you watch the latest Bridgerton? They got a curvy girl and she's getting some. I'm a curvy girl and I got some. That's why I got me these babies. So yeah, Dr. Medici, f you. Can background music go down, please? Oh yes, I can fix that.
That's what she said.
It was effing funny though. It was effing funny. And I'm not gonna lie, chat. I'm not gonna lie. Watch the makeout scene from Bridgerton. You know the one I'm talking about. You know the one I'm talking about. That makeout scene from Bridgerton brought back some memories of me and Pip. Me and Twitch Mom. I like my girls like I like my F1 tracks. Curvy. Sharp curvy. That's what I'm talking about. So Bridgerton, still hot. Okay, there you go. And any naysayers, any haters out there, you just can't handle that much, woman. I'm just saying. All right. Okay. This stream's already off the rails. This stream is already off the rails. Good golly, Miss Molly. It is off the rails, and I think I'm here for it.
It's a trap.
Okay, let's see. What else have we got going on? Yeah, so tomorrow, everybody, please remember, tomorrow, do not talk about Mom like that. Does it make you uncomfortable? Because watching Bridgerton with Twitch Mom this morning did not make me uncomfortable at all. I'm just saying.
Stay on target.
Oh, all right.
Stay
right.
on target.
Yeah. Tomorrow, everybody. Tomorrow, not only do we have a premiere at 9 p.m., we have a premiere at 9 p.m. over on YouTube. We are premiering part 2 of the Bird Theater investigation from Old Spirits, and this time, what did you do? What did you? What was that? No, there wasn't several bonks on my end. Oh, that was from Sunny. The mega bonk. Oh, too funny. That was from Souls, and it was on Sunny's behalf. Fair enough. I'll even get. You know what? I'll even give a bonk to myself. There you go. Okay. So tomorrow 9 p.m. part 2 of the Bird Theater. It is Ladies' Night at the Bird Theater. We look at the investigation from the ladies' point of view. So the investigators featured will be Tina Rossi, Twitch Mom, Pip Valentine, and Twitch Grandma, my mom, Twitch Grandma. Nancy shows up, and you get to see a perspective from there. And my mom found out very quickly that. Did you enjoy the Gone with the Wind? That was not a drop-in. That was me going to the page. Just give me a second here. If you missed, excuse me, while I hit puberty. If you missed part 1 of the Bird Theater investigation, I got good news. Part 1 is right here. Now you can watch part 2 without us. You can join us at the premiere tomorrow night without us. Without watching part 1. But if you want to watch part 1, you're more than welcome to. And actually, you hear Twitch Grandma in part 1 as well, because she tries to fact check her son about the frickin' Three Stooges. Like, I don't know my Three Stooges. I beg to differ, old woman.
You better settle down over there. I'm gonna come talk to you.
But just throwing that out there, okay? And anyway, that's part one. But part 2 is tomorrow, and we will be there. Well, we being me and Pip, we should be there. But I also think Phil and Tina may be there as well. But it all depends on if they get to the Airbnb by tomorrow. Okay. But part 2 will premiere tomorrow, 9 p.m. over on YouTube. And if you don't know that channel by now, that's okay. Let's see who gets to it first. No, don't mind me, Benedict. Please, don't mind me. Don't mind me. Thank you. Okay, what are you doing, Cat? What are you doing? I gave you treats. What do you want? Pumpkin? You're gonna get pumpkin in a second. You're gonna get pumpkin later, as a matter of fact. Okay, so yeah, that's Old Spirits right there on YouTube. So feel free to go on ahead and he's trying. It's like he's he is trying desperately to F things up. He's in a mood today. He's probably jelly because Evie got some time with Dr. Medici. And again, myth confirmed, Dr. Medici has a favorite with our cats. And it's Benedict with a K. Oh, what else is going on right now? Oh yeah, now we have the premiere tomorrow at 9 on YouTube. However, there will be no stream tomorrow or Saturday at our usual time during noon. There right now is going to be no streams this weekend.
I suggest you let that one marinate.
You were almost perfect with that one. So yeah, no streaming this weekend.
I suggest you let that one marinate.
But we will have random streams throughout Saturday and maybe even Sunday. We're gonna have random streams throughout Saturday and Sunday. So just watch your notifications because yeah, I know. We're gonna be at the Pennhurst Paracon. We are gonna be at okay. I just said there won't be streams this weekend, but then I'll be doing random streams. What do I mean by that? Random streams are usually ones that last for maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes. They're like super compact kind of streams, and that's if the signal holds out. If we can do a streamed investigation from Pennhurst, we will give that a shot. We will give that a shot, but they're not scheduled. So you're not going to see me from noon to 6. You're not going to see me at 7:30 tomorrow night. You're not going to see any of that. But you will be getting your fix provided you get the notifications from Twitch and from YouTube, because we will be streaming from YouTube as well. So there's going to be some multi-streaming. There's going to be some lightning round streams, guerrilla style streaming, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, we're going to be at Pennhurst Paracon. If we get the oh my God, if we get the seats that we did last year. Basically what Phil and I did on Saturday, it was just the two of us, right? Just the two of us. So it was easier for us to manage. I don't know what it's going to be like this year because Pip and Tina are coming and the girls are coming. Phil's girls are coming with us as well. But Phil and I actually got like a front row seat for the talks. Got up to the front row. We set up our camera and we just did live streams, and that was actually our very first live stream. Our very first live stream was Pennhurst Paracon with Project Fear. And the Project Fear stuff that we have done on Old Spirits was the top content until Doug did his review and people said, wow, a reaction video would be great, T. And, well, the rest is history, as you all know. Just the two of us. I know, right? So, Val, if your ears are burning, we were actually talking about you. We were talking about you on the last Grim Gazette. We were talking about... it was a really good Grim Gazette, everybody. For those of you who were able to come out for that. Again, I really appreciate everybody participating. I appreciate everybody really rallying around this little corner of Twitch and YouTube, and I appreciate everyone's participation. And I just remember, I was like, I kept thinking, what am I forgetting? And then I realized I'm pulling a Doug. I'm pulling a serious Doug. I was totally ignoring the fact that I am live over at YouTube.
So for those of you who are over at YouTube right now going, is T not seeing our messages? I'm not, but I am now. And look at this, super. Wow, that's a heck of a name. Musimilus. Super. Thank you very much for dropping that howdy do over on YouTube. I see you now. I'm gonna give you some hearts here. Why are the good streamers always this late? It's 6 minutes past midnight right now. Oh damn. Well, sorry about that. I was getting ready to. I'm gonna. This is my chance to throw Twitch Mom under the bus. I was watching some Viva La Dirt League with the wife, and I pushed it as long as I could. Hey, how you doing there, Relis? I see you double dipping. You saucy bent. But I pushed it as far as I could. I said, well, I'm going to go live. I say this. I'm going to go live. I sit at my desk, and what happens? Hey, T, we haven't given Evie her second dose of medicine.
Who's this nut tugger?
I mean, how many times do I have to tell somebody that I'm about to go live and they pull that on me? So, fine.
Well, pitter patter, let's get at her.
And I went on ahead and we medicated the cat, and then I had to come down here and to set some stuff up because I think I had like an auto shutdown on YouTube, which was weird. Auto shutdown on my PC, which was, again, weird. But I sorted it out and everything was up. So I was running a bit late, and I apologize for that. But now I see my YouTube chat. I've got my YouTube chat. I got my Twitch chat. I don't mind saying it. I have more real estate for YouTube than Doug, so I take a lot of pride in that. And thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. We are actually going to be going back to the footage that I have from Pennhurst Paracon last year, and we're going to be looking at some different places because the infirmary felt a little quiet. And I know for a fact there's at least one EVP in there somewhere because I heard it, but now I've got to find it again. And that's going to take a little bit of time. What is it? Oh my God. What did you do, Kat? You did it again, didn't you? What? Why are you doing this to me, Benedict? I know why you're doing this to me. Because you can. Because you can. When you miss people comment, sorry for missing this message. This game can get a little crazy. Oh, jeez. And now my response.
I see you.
Or.
I see you. We have the place surrounded. Put your hands in the air and get off the babysitter.
Okay, sorry. And if anybody gets the reference I'm throwing out there, a movie reference from the 80s for a movie that probably would never get made today, you're welcome. Everyone else, sorry it's been such a long time. Been very, very busy, but saw the notification and just wanted to say hi. And get off the what? This was a movie before your time. Arelis might recognize it. Oh, Tactical. Oh, hey, it's good to see you again. It's good to see you again. I miss him. Okay, man. Whoa, I'm here now. How you doing there, No Brainer? Seeing you over on the YouTube side of things. Yeah, that was a reference from, well, that was a line actually from Risky Business. Risky Business, everybody. The movie that launched the career of our lovely crazy Tom Cruise.
Joel, we have the house surrounded. Get off the babysitter.
I remember that. I remember that. Classic. It is a classic. I haven't seen that movie in years. I think it still holds up pretty well. Tactical, you take care.
Hot piece of old man.
Yeah, stop that. Now I gotta finish it. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Yeah. Haven't seen that movie in a long time. So anyway, yeah, just wanted to remind everybody, tomorrow we are still going forward and we're still scheduled. We're going to be doing a live premiere of part 2 of the Bird Theater investigation. And that's going to be on YouTube exclusively, 9 o'clock tomorrow night. And then just watch Saturday and Sunday for random drive-by streams, because that's the plan for, provided the Wi-Fi and everything holds up. That's our plan. We're going to see if we can do a little live streaming and maybe even bring some of Pennhurst Paracon to you, provided Pennhurst Paracon's okay with it. If somebody shuts us down, then there's nothing I can do there. But I'll still be able to do some lives. But I'm talking about like what Phil and I did last year, where we recorded and live streamed a lot of the panels, because the panel discussions were hella fun. They were hella fun. They were a good time. Random drive-by streams. Got it. Lexi, good to see you. Of all the movies I've never seen, that's one of them. It's a deep pull. It's a deep pull. Man, really good people are in it. I mean, obviously Tom Cruise was in it. Rebecca De Mornay. Oof. I had such a crush on Rebecca De Mornay. Oof. And a very young Joe Pagalini, or as everybody likes to call him, Joey Pants. And you know that actor. You know that actor. If you don't, you're like who's Joey Pagalini? I don't know. And I'm just gonna mumble that in that line because that last name, and that's why everybody calls him Joey Pants, because he's got one of those really like intense Italian names. But you may know him, if you don't know him, as Guido the Killer Pimp from Risky Business. He was Cypher. He was Cypher in The Matrix. Probably one of the best bad guys ever put on screen. I freaking loved him in The Matrix. I'm feeling an itch for a rewatch of The Matrix, of the original Matrix. Oh man! All right, I know. I'm completely.
Stay on target.
I know.
Stay on target.
So, just wanted to remind everybody that. So tonight we are going to be reviewing some footage, probably video and audio from Pennhurst. Again, if you got any questions about the site, about the event, about how it was, things like that, just feel free to ask. Because remember, the whole point of doing the footage review on Thursdays is to give everybody not only a chance to ask about what we're doing when we investigate the paranormal, but also it's open transparency. It's a chance for you all to talk to me and me to talk to you honestly about what we're doing. Now I want to first call out something. You see it both on YouTube and on Twitch. I say Ghost Hunting Live. Why do I say Ghost Hunting Live and not Paranormal Investigation Live? Because more people understand what ghost hunting is, right? They connect with that term a lot faster. Hey guys, sorry, didn't know you were streaming today. It's okay, knock off. It's okay, knock off. Look, and if at any time you wanna know what the schedule is, don't forget you can always come here. You can always come here to twitch.tv/TheTMonster. And my schedule will be there. I also post the schedule on my Twitters, Twitter X, whatever you call it. And when I remember, I put it on Discord as well. So just keep that in mind, everybody. Keep that in mind. I always try to make sure that people know when I'm scheduled to stream. All right, some other things I wanted to make sure that I touched on before we got into the nuts and bolts and the things of paranormal footage. And actually it has, talk about a great segue. Knockoff, your timing is impeccable, because I do want to talk a little bit about my streaming schedule, provided I'm still waiting to hear from this place that I interviewed with.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Shivering isn't the way I'd put it, but yeah. Yeah. If I stick the landing with this job that I interviewed for, and I will say the fact that they kept me for an extra 20 minutes in that final interview and the fact that I was able to get the writing assignment to them early. They gave me until end of business today, and I turned it in yesterday afternoon, right? Got it Tuesday afternoon, worked on it, and then popped it over to them Wednesday afternoon, right? So they got the final writing assignment yesterday. I can say without any doubt in my mind, I have done everything I could to land this job. And if I don't land it, I was doomed from the beginning of that last interview. There was no reason for me to do that interview if I don't stick the landing on this, because I did everything possible. They need to snatch your brilliant brain already. Thank you, Aurelius. I do. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. But I can say I did everything I could, and even if they kept me 20 minutes over schedule, one person could say I don't like him, and it could gum up the works. I don't know, but I'm also not jinxing myself. I'm confident enough that I stuck that landing, and also in the writing that I sent in as well. I wrote my ass off, and I had one of the toughest editors look that over. I love you, Pip. She looked over the writing assignment, was brutal with it, and I was like, yes, I'll have another, and I've done everything I could, but I'm confident enough in what I did and how I did, right? Where I want to talk about the schedule change that could be coming down the pike, okay? If this goes the way I think and the way I want it to go, if this goes the way I want it to go, 7 for me, Cam's 7. So you got 6, 7, and we just need someone to throw in one more number between 1 and 11, 8. So 6, 7, and 8. There you go. But if this goes the way I think it's going to go, right? If this goes the way I think it's going to go, I see the schedule changing thusly. There's a good possibility we may be doing away with one night altogether. I see the schedule being pushed back to a starting time of 7 o'clock as opposed to 6 o'clock, which means that the Just Chatting segment, which usually lasts an hour, probably won't. It won't. It'll just be, hey, I'm here. Let's chat for a bit. All right, boom, let's go. And I may even roll into a Sunday afternoon or a Sunday evening stream. But I'm just trying to I'm trying to figure out the logistics, and I won't know the logistics until I get into the groove with things. You think I should cut Monday short? That's interesting, because Monday was one of the nights that I could keep. Monday I can keep as is. Friday I can keep as is. Maybe even change around Friday a bit. Saturday is fine. Oh, and look at that. Something else that's fine is a brand spanking new follow.
Hello there.
Hello there. From the Commander 980. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that.
Yes.
I do
More
appreciate
of that, please. More of that, my girl.
So that is gonna, because here's the layout of the job that I know right now. Obviously, your bog standard kind of day, 8 to 5, 9 to 6, whatever it's going to be. I'm aiming for 8 to 5. I think 8 to 5 will probably be the best window pocket of time for me to work within, right? And then Monday and Friday, I'm remote. Monday and Friday I'm remote. Monday and Friday I'm remote, and then there's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in the middle. And I like my Grim Gazettes on Tuesday. I like my Thursday review nights. I do, and I may have to make them shorter. If a 7 o'clock launch doesn't work, I might have to start as late as 8 o'clock. So I'm going to be navigating it. I'm going to be tweaking with the schedule a bit. I just wanted you all to know that that was coming. And yes, I mentioned this in the book. Whenever change is coming down the pike, it is a good idea to make sure that I am chatting with you all. You don't need another job. Problem solved. Oh, no brainer. First off, thank you for them tick old biddies. I appreciate that. I do.
Yes.
But
More of that,
the
please.
benefits of
More
Twitch
of
kind
that, my
of
girl.
blow dead bare, okay? And I've got friends, man. I got friends who they there's a friend of mine who I consider a highly successful streamer. And she said, yeah, when people find out that I'm a mom and that I'm in my mid-30s, they kind of are treating me like I'm aging out. And I'm worried that my audience is feeling the same. I'd love to know what her numbers were before she was pre-mom, because yeah, on an average, this friend of mine, she gets like anywhere from 2,000 to 5,000 people watching concurrently. So no, I'm not going to drop names. I'm not going to drop names. But when she told me that, I was just kind of looking at her like, really? but I also understand that the standards for women on Twitch are very different from the standards of the men on Twitch. I totally get that. And I mean, I never had to worry about that because I started streaming a few years before I was turning 50. So, you know, but I was also a lot more realistic about things. Now, where am I going with all this? I'm just saying, because I've had people say, well, why don't you just go full time? And I ain't having it, because to really go full time with any kind of content creation, you've got to strike oil. I mean, you've got to have lightning strike, man. You've got to have that riz. You've got to have that amazing content that you're saying, okay, I'm pulling down enough where I can cover medical, I can cover mortgage, I can cover, I can still put some stuff away for 401k. A very successful streamer, also close to me, yeah, she's picked up a job as a physical trainer, and it makes sense, makes perfect sense. I mean, she's fit as a freaking Stradivarius fiddle, but you know, she's like, yeah, I'm in training for this new job, and it's throwing off my streaming schedule, and that's just the reality of this business, right? The reality of this business is that you can be on top one year, and then the next year you're like having peanut butter and jelly sandwiches every other week, you know. And I get that, and I've talked about it before on my stream, and I'm not going to bore you with that tirade again. Another thing about this particular gig is that it ramen, yummy. Very true, very true. Couple noodles, I hear you. So yeah, the point I'm getting at is that don't. You done? Thanks, Kat. Point I'm getting at is that there is going to be change in the air, but the job that I'm up for is going to allow me. No, buddy, you should go to your tree. Go to your tree. Don't you give me that look. He's giving me the look, chat. Oh, I love you, buddy. I love you. He's acting coy. He's like,
No, Dad. I want to be up on a desk, Dad, pushing buttons.
Do it.
Do it. Yeah, that's me. Do it. Yeah, I was the one that gave the order. Order Executive Order 66 or something. I don't know. Let's see what
I don't know what's going on there. Sometimes you got to live cheap. I hear you, Commander. I hear you. I do hear you. But the other thing is, I want to also make sure that this job will actually help me achieve some other things that I want to do, like TwitchCon, possibly DreamHack, and also just being able to get out and do more paranormal investigations, right? So that's one of the other things behind this. But then there's also little things like, you know, the 401k and the benefits and stuff like that. You know, that also helps. Yeah, have a good dinner knockoff. Get yourself a dinner, okay? Get yourself a good dinner. But I wanted to make sure that you all knew that change may be coming, particularly for you who are new to the stream from Doug. I wanted you all know that I am, and that's the next thing I've got to get here. The next sound effect I need to put on here, apart from finding out where Shovel went, I definitely have to find a really good soundbite of Ross screaming pivot, because I do feel like pivot has been my mantra for this for 2024. It's been crazy. It's been really crazy. But I'm also particularly proud of what we've achieved with.
I mean, you guys can think whatever you want. Jordy, where's the shovel?
I read your title about Pennhurst, and it's funny, of places I've been to, by far the most scariest place I've ever stepped in. Really, Commander? Yeah, I would agree. So what you're going to be seeing tonight, Commander, is footage from last year's Pennhurst Paracon, which allowed for some paranormal investigation. And I put it that way because this isn't the way I would necessarily think is the most ideal way of investigating Pennhurst, but it's definitely a nice way to dip your toe and just see how the water is. Okay. I was there before. It was a Paracon. Yeah. So did you? Am I to understand, Commander, then that you've done paranormal investigation before? And if not, if you were just doing the tour, that's cool as well. I mean, history is history, no matter how you're taking it. Whether it is a genuine passion, whether it is through paranormal investigation, or a bit of both. Oh, you have? Oh, cool, Commander. Well, welcome aboard, man. Welcome to OSI. But the thing about Pennhurst, I was kind of comparing, I was in the back of my mind comparing Pennhurst to another place in Pennsylvania that I can say scared the crap out of me. And I saw some stuff that even to this day, I'm still just trying to process it and understand it and try to figure out what it was. But there's a place in Pennsylvania, for those longtime members of my stream, you know the one I'm talking about. It is, in fact, Crescent SCI, Crescent Correctional State Institute. In 2021, they opened up that space for investigation. And Phil and I were there at its opening. And it was intense. It was... I've seen stuff that turned white. Yeah, I know where that comes from. But yeah, Pennhurst was a different vibe. At Crescent SCI, I felt like there was something around every corner. At Pennhurst, I felt like there was somebody watching me everywhere. And that was intense. That was very hard to kind of manage, if you will. And I'd love to know your experience, Commander. I'd love to know what you thought of Pennhurst and how it scared you. I'd love to have that talk. All right. So let's see. Let's take a look at this. Let's pull up Premiere, because that's what I use for my video editing. I use Adobe Suite. And I do love the Adobe Creative Suite. And we were looking at clips from, this was the infirmary clip, and this was all, yeah, that was from the infirmary. Okay. But it turns out I have quite a few clips. That's right. I was also filming it. Okay, Chris, you take care. So I can tell you on a personal level, everything they say about hunting is true. Now, when you say about hunting, you're talking about ghost hunting, correct? Is that what I understand? Is that what I understand you're saying? Right, I'm gonna turn off the... Yes. Oh, no. So, if you want to find out more about what I do and what my group does, feel free to pay us a visit here, and you'll get the whole story. The way this started was my buddy Phil and I, we were playing Phasmophobia throughout the latter half of the pandemic, right? And from there, we segued into this. Now, another thing about Phil is Phil also, he was doing a podcast called, and he's still kind of doing the podcast. I got to find out what the status of his podcast is, but it's a podcast called Don't Turn Around. It's a terrific podcast. And great podcast. I'd been on it a couple of times, and it was a great experience. But then he got me into this, and this was, for me, was a life-changing experience. It's the only way I can describe it, life-changing. Well, let me just finish up this clip from the infirmary. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, if you want to know about my experience with something taking a shot at me, again, go back to that link that I just dropped in here and take a look at part 2 of our Charleston, South Carolina investigation. Things got rough. Things got very rough. Yeah, he's working on it now. Val. He's got I think he's got maybe 3 or 4 in the works, 3 or 4 episodes in the works. I know he's talked to Cindy Kaza. He's talked to hang on. Adam Berry. He talked to Adam Berry. So that's also coming up. So he's got a few big names lined up. Oh, and he also talked to Dave Schroeder. Is it Dave Schroeder or Dave Schrader of the Holzer Files? And apparently he had a great chat with Dave Schrader. Schrader, thank you. There's a lot of noise happening today. I'm sure you are very confused. Maybe a little startled, maybe a little scared by all the noise that's been going on. You're okay. You haven't done anything wrong. So this is the infirmary. This is where we were earlier. This was the infirmary. Just want to make sure you know that. You haven't done anything wrong. You're okay. Okay. Thanks, Val. Oh, Val, where were some of the places that you and your cohorts were talking about bringing us up for? Hey, back up a second. All right, I'll back up. What am I listening for, Commander? Or did you happen to see something or hear something? I'm always curious because I have had a couple of people pick up stuff that I've missed. So that I'm always up for that neat little challenge. Have I heard of a game Paranormal Site? No, I have never heard of that, Zeno. That is a new one on me. Now remember, Commander, there is a delay when you watch either on YouTube or Twitch. There's going to be maybe a slight delay. So if there was something that you catch, try to see what was happening when and where. Second, by the window. Which window? Are we talking about the window on the left-hand side or on the right-hand side? I was just about to say, one of the things you have to be have to be aware of in this is that this was a public investigation. So I'm here, Phil's here, but there's also like, I want to say a total of 15 of us there. So we're all just kind of, there may be some crossover. All right, let me see. Let's see. Have I backed up far enough? I'll back up even further. Let me back up to about there. That's also right. Yeah. Clipping it in chat and then dropping it as a link. Perfect. That'd be great. Okay, so let's see what happens here. So on the right, there's been a lot of noise happening today. I'm sure you are very confused. Maybe a little startled, maybe a little scared. Okay, and I think I'm gonna try something here that I've never tried before, but I think it'll be worth doing. Let's let us zoom into, let's zoom in on that window. All right. Door in the background? Yeah. Let's see. By all the noise that's been going on. You're okay. You haven't done anything wrong. Oh, yeah. So you did see something. You did see something. And it is, if it isn't me, it's Phil. But I think it's me because I go walking by. You're okay. You haven't done anything wrong. Yeah, it's my reflection. Good catch though. Good catch. That's nice. Welcome to OSI, everybody. Welcome to frickin' OSI. I love that.
Hallelujah!
I do.
Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
There you go. All right. Head pats. and secondhand is one of my mods the most. She means that with the utmost respect. Just want to make sure you know that. You haven't done anything wrong. No, we just had we just have people. There's just a lot of people moving around. Yeah. Okay. Now what you're seeing in the doorway. That's somebody else. That's another ghost hunter, or another paranormally curious. Yeah, because he looks around and then he heads back out. Yeah. Was it 7-Eleven? Let's play this a little bit longer. So somewhere I have apparently as a recording I'm recording audio, so I should probably listen to it for any EVP action. But right now we have GhostTube running, and GhostTube has been quiet pretty much since I started this recording. I think hasn't said a thing. And it's the GhostTube apps are the only apps that I really trust in the field. The other ones seem to be leaning more towards entertainment purposes, like Necrophonic, Spirit Talker. I give them very little to no credence. I don't want to bother you. And what I like about GhostTube is that GhostTube is created by paranormal investigators for paranormal investigators. That's a big bonus. I just want to be able to talk with you. Come up with line of dialogue between you and me. But I need to know if you're here right now. Oh, Cat! Cat! Are you going to tell me where you are? Or are you just hiding? And there's Phil. hustling in like he's got to be somewhere.
Oh, T, your grid just went off.
Did it?
Yeah.
My what?
What happened?
My what went off?
Oh, T, your grid just went off.
Did it?
Yeah. What happened?
My grid went off. And unfortunately, the camera that I was using crapped out on me. So I don't know if I'll be able to do anything with that footage. And this is where, whenever you do a paranormal investigation and it's a public paranormal investigation, sometimes you're tripping over people. Like you saw the lady in the far right. She's coming in with her. She's coming in with her EV with her EMF reader, like it's you know. The birds are nice. I mean, the birds are nice, and it's like you're nice. Oop. Okay, but you learn to work around people. That's the thing. Birds do make EVPs a lot harder. That's very true. One of the other reasons why people tend to want to investigate at night, because it's quieter and it's a bit more still. Problem is, it's also the summer. It's the summer because it's May, or it's late spring, which means not only are birds out, so are any critters that are going to be slumbering during the winter, and on top of that, bugs. And man, do bugs make for great orb action on a lot of stuff that I've debunked. Not just for me, but for other people as well. Right. Ghost bugs, exactly.
Yeah, I was pretty subtle.
And Twitch Mom Whisperings. Okay, but you have to behave. If you want to be up here, you have to behave. Sounds like I'm rummaging through one of my bags.
Unique.
It amazes me how quiet GhostTube has been.
Lots of people have been here, and I'm sure that's very confusing for you. Because suddenly, all these people just show up out of the blue. Pay attention to you.
Hold on. Hey, how you doing there, Bad to the Bone? Good to see you.
Lots of people have been here, and I'm sure that's very confusing for you. Because suddenly, all these people just show up out of the blue. Pay attention to you.
You mean, oh, you're going to be at Pennhurst next week? Oh, doing a private investigation, Bad to the Bone? That's very cool. That's very cool. Oh, and I see you over on YouTube as well, so I see you double dipping, and I appreciate that. But now you see, here's the thing. I can't tell if that is air traffic I'm hearing, but there seems to be a low grumble or a low growl. Listen for it here. Listen for it here.
People have been here, and I'm sure that's very confusing for you. Because suddenly.
Oh yeah, I should turn the volume up. Hold on. The volume is maxed out on YouTube, or sorry, on Premiere. But let's see. It hasn't happened just yet.
Because suddenly, all these people just show up out of the blue.
It's after I say, you hear me talk about people showing up out of the blue.
All these people just show up out of the blue. Pay attention to it.
Right there. Right there. Wow. Okay. I'm the critical and if there's anybody watching over on YouTube, don't worry, I am paying attention to the chat. But listen to that. Listen to that. It just sounds. It's right after I say out of the blue, and it almost sounds like there is a. Now Phil and I are in the hallway. We are currently in the hallway, and as far as I know, it's just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. But there's a weird audio, like there is some weird audio distortion there, and then there sounds like a growl. And I'm trying to figure out if that growl is something, in the sky, or if it's not. I'm gonna play it one more time. Okay. I head out there. I like to comment about a lot of people, and it's very confusing.
It has been something of a unique day. I won't lie to you there. Lots of people have been here, and I'm sure that's very confusing for you. Because suddenly, all these people just show up out of the blue. Pay attention to it.
It's not a plane. It's not a plane because it would have been consistent. I have other clips, but that's weird. I'm going to mark it, but presently I would say it's inconclusive. It is weird. Just because something is weird does not necessarily make it paranormal, but it does sound weird. But I am going to go on ahead and and mark it. Okay. I'm just going to mark that as. And here's where you got to be careful, everybody. Just because you hear something weird does not necessarily mean it's paranormal. It just means that it's weird. And you want to make sure that you're not not everything's a demon. Not everything's a demon. Not everything is paranormal. Sometimes it's just plain weird. But you want to be critical. And the when I've seen other people be critical of other people's work, and they go out of their way to debunk other people's work, I'm like, that can sometimes be. And
Hello there.
Hello there. Sometimes for me, it could be low hanging fruit, and the way I try to do debunks on the Grim Gazette is I try to make it as educational as possible. I try to make it educational as possible. T is kind of weird. He might be a demon. Some of my ex-girlfriends would say that, but that's beside the point. Let's play this back here. The hardest thing to remember too is you do not want to whisper ever on a paranormal investigation. Never whisper at a paranormal investigation. Pennhurst at 3 a.m.
I got gardening earlier. Was there some type of gardening therapy that we did? Anything like that? So, what was your favorite crop?
See, the nice thing is that I will be able to do this again, but I'll be able to... Second hand, that doesn't count. Now, because it's second hand, I gotta back it up. Well, it's loud because I've turned up the sound, so there's that. Hey, yo, Nacho Night. Always good nachos.
That's what I appreciate about you.
Thank you, Bad to the Bone. I appreciate that. So this is we're picking this up, knockoff from last week. I was at Pennhurst Assylum, and we are currently in the infirmary. But the one thing that I completely foobarred was that I had the camera angled the way I did, and behind the wall there's a cat ball. And what I should have done is place the cat ball in shot of the camera. So that was my hiccup. There's that. Oh, the oldest continuing operating tavern in the U.S. I would jump at that in a heartbeat. I would. What is the thing you hate about places like this? I'd love to hear that secondhand. I would, seriously. Well, yeah. See, one of the other problems you have with a building like this, particularly with Pennhurst and such, is that you have a lot of ceramic everywhere, and because of that, you've got sound bouncing everywhere. So it's really hard to tell what is weird and what could just be an airplane flying overhead and it's just echoing in the halls, or it could be a conversation of somebody down the hallway. So there's that. I think what I'd like to do is I'd like to start up a different location. So let's take a look at Quaker. Quaker was one of the places where we could go into during the event, and when you had they open up during the Pennhurst event. They have different stuff going on, and I mean, it's cool, but what you find out, and Plague Doctor, thank you very much for that follow, certainly do appreciate it, is that we'll probably have a lot of outside noise coming in. This clip is not even 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes. So let's go ahead. Let's keep the existing. Oh wait, I don't want to keep the existing things. Crap, I think I left it up.
Someone didn't want us in here.
No, I'm okay. I thought I had more stuff from Quaker than just this, but I guess we'll find out. Just turn up the sound here. Okay. Let's see if anything interesting happens in this next 4 minutes. Okay.
Someone didn't want us in here.
The game can get a little crazy sometimes. Yes, just remember, Dr. Man, please remember.
I see you.
Okay. See, as you can hear, the event is happening outside, so that noise is still filtering into the Quaker building. But yeah, I was actually going for the Eye of Sauron, but Morgan Blom, thank you very much for that follow. Certainly do appreciate it.
Someone didn't want us in here. Would you prefer not hearing about my...
Wow. I forgot about that. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Someone didn't want us.
That's what she said.
Because as you see, I walk right next to both. I walk right by both. They are silent, and then that.
Someone didn't want us in here. Would you prefer not hearing about my... I just got full body chills. So did I. Is that your way of telling us you want us to move on?
Yeah, I got a twofer right there. I'm actually a massive skeptic about the paranormal, so I hope to be proven wrong. My family has a few scientists in it. Well, it's funny you should say that, Plague Doctor, because, and I may be, this is the current title for this is called Specters in Science, and it's me getting together with a friend of mine who has a PhD in astrophysics, and we're going to sit down and talk about stuff like the paranormal, cryptids, that sort of thing. And close. If you do a exclamation point Discord, there you go, Morgan Blum. And we're going to get together and talk about the intersection of the paranormal and quantum physics, because I'm fascinated by both. And if you must know, Plague Doctor, I am the Dana Scully to my partner's Fox Mulder, okay? He wants to believe everything. I have to be convinced. I have to be convinced with evidence where I can really pick it apart and go. I just don't accept it at face value. I want to see if, yes, that, so what, hold that thought there. I know. I'm all over the place right now. I'm all over the place. I can tell I'm excited.
Stay on target.
I'm excited.
Stay on target.
Okay, here we go. So, yes, Plague Doctor, welcome on in. And I'm not going to say that I'm here to prove you wrong. I am not here to try to convince you, convert you, or anything. I want to have an open conversation about this. And I will tell you this straight up, being a guy who really loves science. Can I, after 3 years of doing this, say say beyond the shadow of a doubt that ghosts exist? No, I can't tell you that. I cannot tell you that for certain. Has some really weird shit happened to me? Yes. 100% yes. I have had some weird shit happen to me. And here's one of them. I totally forgot that this had happened. I really did. I want to watch that again. But man, when my hands come up, you think I'm about to get strip searched.
Would you prefer not hearing about my...
And what you were asking about earlier, Bad to the Bone, is that I've got, that's my millimeter, and that's Phil's EMF, and that is a REM pod over there. So we basically have this triangle going on. And I've had very, very good results from the millimeter in the past. It's one of my favorite gadgets. I like gadgets that are like Swiss Army knives, where if I don't want to have a millimeter, I have an EMF reader instead, or I can, take care of temperatures and things like that. But just as a reminder, everybody, let's say this right here, let's say this hydro flask is a REM pod or a millimeter. So basically what it is that you've got the antenna, right? And it's basically creating an EMF field around it. If anything breaks that field, right? If anything breaks that field, that's when things start beeping. If something touches it, that's when you have the sustained beep. So this is, cheers, knock off. Hydrate or dihydrate. So that's really interesting. I have to mark that. Wow. That was crazy pants. Oh God, I forgot that had happened. Okay. So mark it. Can I get the description up, please? Hello.
No, it's not going to come up. All right. Fine. There it is. Okay, so REM Pod Palooza. Okay, REM Podapalooza.
I just got full body chills. So did I.
Because I love paranormal content, but so much of it seems easily proven wrong, and most paranormal things have ways to be easily faked. More interested in the cryptid part of the paranormal than ghosts anyhow. See, for me, I don't buy into the cryptids. The cryptids are a very hard sell for me. As far as paranormal, yes, it can be easily faked. And for every one really solid team that I think is in the paranormal doing, creating content that is really hard to dismiss. For every one of those paranormal investigators, you've got like 5 or 10 who are just faking it left and right, and it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. So yeah, you just love the vibe. Oh, fair enough. And there's nothing wrong with that either. But it, when you experience it like this,
Is that your way of telling us you want us to move on?
I totally forgot about that.
Oh, jeez. That was like full bore. It only goes off like that when it's pinned.
Ooh, and we got a hit.
It was before the walkie-talkie though. Okay. Usually, and at least with my REM pod, you have to be standing like right next to it for the walkie, and it's not a like all the lights kind of light up with the walkie-talkie. It's not like a pinned. It's not the pedal to the metal.
So the tiny screen in the corner knockoff is I'm filming this with my phone, but I'm using something called GhostTube Seer. Now, GhostTube Seer is a form of a device called ITC, which stands for which stands for crap, I knew this. ITC, intertransdimensional communication. I think that's what it stands for. Anyway, it's similar to a word bank. It's not the cat cam. What I think knockoff is talking about. The cat cam is up here. The cat cam is underneath me. This down here in the lower corner, the lower left corner. That's from GhostTube Seer. Now, what it does is that it is similar to an Ovulus or a Paratech, where you have a word bank, and the theory is that because of the nature of being able to change electromagnetic fields and create spikes in electromagnetism, ghosts, since they have that ability, they can manipulate certain things in circuitry, in technology, and they can go on and sift through a word bank, find a word, and go, okay, this is it. This is what I want to say to you. GhostTube Seer works a little differently, though. What GhostTube Seer does, instead of reading off the word or the phrase that the ghost has put together for you, it uses an algorithm to create AI imagery, AI generated imagery, and it's a neat tool. But like other GhostTube apps, it's better used with other apps. So, sorry, not other apps, other ghost tools. For example, I would use GhostTube Seer and a REM pod, or I would use GhostTube Vanilla, and then I would use it with a Flux too. So, that kind of thing. Got to stop and do a few others live. We'll catch up later. Have a great weekend. Okay, you know what? Thank you, Bad to the Bone. I appreciate that. Now, the thing is, I don't know what that is. That looks like something out of, looks like something out of the whole scene with Fade and the battle on Planet Harkonnen. But, or Giddy Prime, because it's all black and white. That's surreal. We need gambling on these videos. The things that make it hard to prove ghosts are real is the equipment. Most equipment we have to find ghosts seems based on rules we made up, which I just talked about. That's fair. We have barely any evidence that ghosts affect EMF, yet it constantly stated as being true.
Again, not stating my distaste for the passion. I'm just interested in learning more. So it's because, and I don't mind saying it, Plague Doctor, part of the reason, or part of the, I think part of the challenge of paranormal science is that they're all based on theories. They're all based on theories. And it's a bit like what I liken to the gentleman scientists of the late 19th century. You know, I mean, there were people that were pushing the boundaries of engineering, and they did not have an engineering background. And Marv and I had this conversation when Marv was here in the States. Where it gets murky, yes, is that we don't have definitive proof that EMF spikes and paranormal activity are linked. We just know that in the cases of paranormal activity, there are spikes in electromagnetic frequencies, or electromagnetic fields. I mean, do results necessarily mean correlation? Not always. And sometimes it's also just a matter of faith. But then you have things like you got motion sensors, right? And yes, hold on. You're going to get your pumpkin soon. You got to chill. You also have like motion sensors that are triggered by nothing being there. And it's not like that they are made to go off at random points. Motion sets them off. And yet something is setting it off. We just can't prove what it is. And yes, I've had some motion sensors go off, and Phil's been like, "Oh, it's really exciting." Then I blow up the video and I go, "That's a cockroach." So, I mean, yeah, that's why I said I'm the Scully to his Mulder. What? Yes, I'm gonna get you your pumpkin soon. Okay. All right. So let's see what. But that is pretty compelling, though. Now, you did hear me say, was she on a walkie? Because there was somebody with Pennhurst in the room adjoining with us, and she was on a walkie. And walkie-talkies have been known to, because of the burst that they send out on of radio frequencies, they affect these types of instruments. So you got to be kind of careful with that. A cockroach would trigger motion sensors. Yes, they would. They would, because I caught it on camera several times. So yeah. I mean, cockroaches can be big. They can be very big. And that's why I hate them so much. It's not the one you see, it's the ones you don't. Now, what according to Phil did confirm that there was nobody on walkies when these two things went off. And they both went off simultaneously. Is it definitive? No. Is it interesting? Yeah, it's real interesting. And hi, Marv. How are you, man?
I'm just getting a feel of this.
Did you want to not hear about? You want to? Yeah, I take it then you do. You don't really want to hear about my day or my loss of pace, right?
Great question. Can phones set off these things? Yes, which is why when I'm streaming, or when I am using GhostTube, if I'm not streaming and I'm using GhostTube, vanilla, not Seer. I can't have, I have to basically put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Now, some people go on ahead and they just put it in airplane mode, but then Seer won't work because Seer needs the interwebs to be able to create its AI off, or AI art. But yes, phones can set these off as well, which is why I always make sure that my phone is on Do Not Disturb. What are you doing, cat? What are you doing? Okay. No. The for the phones to have some kind of effect, they've got to be as close as we are right now. A phone outside is not going to do that. A walkie-talkie works a little differently though than a cell phone. So just little side info there.
I feel like.
Do you want
like GTFO quickest?
I mean, you can tell us on any of these devices. You can tell us to leave if you want us.
Is there a breeze coming through the window?
I'm trying to figure that out.
Oh, and I have a recorder in the window.
Yeah, there is.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, because I felt a draft. Well, I'm gonna start getting some of my stuff kind of consolidated, and we still have a few floors to check out in here.
Legal.
That was quite the run.
It was quite the random run.
All right.
And we'll just pack up.
Yeah,
We'll leave.
Thank you for sharing your space with us. Even though you didn't really want us in here. You're probably getting a bit worn out. You've got people coming through these buildings all weekends.
Yeah, it's probably been really busy, and you're confused by it.
I don't know if they're confused.
They're not confused by it. Definitely put off by it.
All right. Power this guy down. We'll head down to the second floor.
Pardon me.
Okay.
I only have that one.
Ooh. I just got like crazy vertigo.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if it's because this table is kind of crooked and the way it's up against the wall, but I just got a little bit dizzy. That was interesting. But again, the lines, the table being lopsided.
Could be another.
Could just been a.
So the weird thing is, I have an hour-long audio clip from this, right? But I only have 4 minutes of video. And that I find a little weird. That I find a little weird because I'm like, well, where's the rest of the video? Now, I will say this. We had a lot of videos shot at this event. And again, not paranormal. This was just something that happened to Phil, unfortunately. He lost. He had a major disc failure. And not as in his back, as in his tech. Hey, a massive disc failure, and we lost a lot of footage from a lot of places in 2023. So basically, if I don't have it, it's gone. But I thought I recorded more than just that. Yeah, I know, rip, right? Can a ghost really be that spooky when it can beat in a fist fight? They don't even have fists. No, but I do feel like if there is that type of contact, then there's going to be other ways that this ghost can make your life miserable. I had that happen to me at an incident in Charleston, South Carolina, and you can actually go to our channel over at YouTube, have a look, and it made me realize that no, I'm not going to get vecned or anything, but they have other ways of making me feel miserable. That's what I discovered anyway. And I saw your earlier thing, Plague Doctor. I saw your earlier thing about trying out ghost hunting equipment, and it either didn't work or it didn't. But you see, that's the thing. There have been some places I've taken Ghost Tube, for example, and it gives me all kinds of results. Then I'll take it someplace else, nothing. It'll be absolutely quiet. What? Really? I don't know if you can hear this cat, but man, he is making his presence known tonight. Look, I'm gonna get you your pumpkin, but you're just gonna have to wait for it. You hear me? You're just gonna have to wait for it.
Aww.
Look. I am trying to go through this footage from Pennhurst, right? And thank you, by the way. I'm trying to go through this stuff from Pennhurst. You're not helping. But I'm going to get you your pumpkin. I haven't forgotten about you, okay? All right. Can I go back to the video?
Camera's on me now, Dad. I'm not gonna meow. I'm not gonna meow. I'm not gonna perform for you. Like some kind of circus animal. Jerk. Yeah, Dad. I'm feeling defiant. I'm feeling mercy, Dad.
Okay. Let's get back to this. But yeah, the weird thing is that if it doesn't go off, it doesn't necessarily mean that it doesn't work, right? And that's where you get into the circular logic of how ghost hunting equipment works. And it can get a little frustrating. I'd be the first one to say it can get a little frustrating. Although I appreciate Plague Doctor, I do appreciate the effort and the harder questions. That's something else. Do I know that, for example, do I know that a REM pod is a theremin? Yes. But that still doesn't explain how, unless people are using walkie-talkies, how something, if you know there's no power source around, how does something break the electromagnetic field that it is creating? 10 out of 10 cat. Well, then you'll appreciate this one too, Plague Doc. You'll actually, if you come early enough to see the hype reel, I was doing an investigation out at the old hospital on College Hill, and while I was there, let's just see here. And while I was there, we were paid a visit by a cat that we knew for a fact. We could just tell by the way the cat's attitude and everything, that this cat was not feral. This cat was apparently abandoned, and we were also kind of stressing out about it because we were like, well, we don't want to leave the cat behind. That would kind of suck. That would really suck if we were to leave this cat behind. And she was a beautiful tortie, but she was also bulging in some places. Like, And Pip gave me the green light. She said, I really would feel bad if we left that cat behind. Because it was one of the hottest days in August. We could also tell, I could feel it on her paws that, she had some calluses from the heat of the pavement. So we performed an unexpected retrieval, if you will. And we brought her home. We named her, because we found her during a paranormal investigation, we named her Evie. Her full name is Evie P. And kind of like Cardi B, Evie P. And she gave birth to 5 beautiful, healthy kittens. We have 3 of them. So, yeah, that happened. That happened at a paranormal investigation. But I thought I had more recorded than just this video. So let me take a look and see if I can find more from Quaker. Because I thought I was recording a lot more than just 5 minutes. Albeit the first minute of those 5 minutes are pretty darn good, but yeah. No, this is actually music this is from White Bat Audio, Dark Synth Playlist Bullethead. It was not necessarily the one that I wanted, but I'm like, this will work for now. Okay, so there's the walk-in, goes to the walk out. Pennhurst 01, that's away from. I'd love to know what happened to the rest of that video. Unless that's their panel. That's the Pennhurst. That's the Pennhurst. No, that's Project Peter Cat. I got nothing in Mayflower. And that's all I've got from Quaker. That's weird. That's weird. All of my footage is from the Infirmary. Just bear with me, chat, because I know I've got more footage than this. I know for a fact that's just bizarre. Okay, so let's see. So that's the walk towards the infirmary. That's my POV camera. So you're telling me that's all I've got? Oh, that's a bit of a disappointment then. That's a bit of a disappointment. So then I got day 2. Day 2. Yeah, again, this is all... That was one of the things I remember about Pennhurst that was a little frustrating, was that where we were allowed to investigate, there was still a lot of open windows, so there was a lot of sound coming in from outside. But I thought I actually I thought I caught more. That's interesting. You can probably guess I'm here because of Doug's video. That's fine. That's fine. I'm incredibly excited for Taco Tuesday because I just recently came back to this thing too. Well, here's the thing about Titan Taco Tuesday. We gotta reach 200 subs. When we reach 200 subs, that's when I'll go full Titan Taco mode. So that's me walking in. And I've got the infirmary clips from Ghost. I'll tell you what I'll do this. I'm gonna go on ahead. Yeah, the fact that we lost so much footage after Phil's technical woes, that kind of hurt us. That kind of hurt us. It doesn't. I was hoping I would have enough footage that I thought I was gonna have enough footage that I was gonna be able to make an episode from it. Turns out I don't think I will. Now, granted, we're going to Pennhurst this weekend for the event. We'll be going to a lot of these locations again, so I'll have a second chance. But, we pivot. We pivot and we play it by ear. Hi, buddy. But I do want to finish this one clip. So let's go ahead and let's finish this clip. As I work around the cat. Oh, look at that. Cammy gifting a tier 1 sub to Plague Doctor. Very kind of you. Thank you for doing that. I yes, it does push us that much closer to actual Titan Taco Tuesday. So Destiny 2 is amazing. What was that for? What was that for? What was that for? Destiny 2 is amazing, but I took a huge break because I got to the point where it wasn't fun. Because I used to not have a raid party. Yeah. Raids are a blast. I love doing them. But I've mainly stepped away from a lot of Destiny play that I used to do on the stream because of doing stuff in the paranormal. Because this is a very time-consuming hobby. But I do want to finish. I'm going to finish this clip, and then after we finish this GhostTube clip, I'm going to probably go on ahead, get his pumpkin. And then we can go on ahead and figure out what we're going to be doing next on this channel. So, yeah. Let's, tonight anyway. Tonight. Let's go on ahead and let's get back into this.
Did they make you feel like an animal? Did they treat you like an animal? Did you get locked up in a cage? If they needed to wash you, did they hose you down in a way that you didn't prefer?
It's not easy.
What we're doing isn't easy at all. And I think life here wasn't also not easy.
So that's interesting. That's very interesting because what had happened was when I got the word out here, you're gonna hear a short buzzing sound. You're gonna hear a short buzzing sound with the paratext, and I believe and I read out the word that was chosen, and the word that was chosen, again, big quotes on chosen, was the word animal. Might have backed it up a little too far. It's about to generate another word. The charm of destiny. The charm of destiny, Plague Doctor. Animal. Okay. So that was the word that was generated by Paratech. So I'm just marking this in the my timeline. And what's interesting is that I have a discussion with whatever's there about this particular word coming up, animal. And then that's when we finally get something on GhostTube.
Animal. Did they make you feel like an animal? Did they treat you like an animal? Did you get locked up in a cage? If they needed to wash you, did they hose you down in a way that you didn't prefer?
It's not easy.
And then it says it's not easy.
What we're doing isn't easy at all. And I think life here wasn't also not easy. What I'm trying to do is trying to...
Is that proof? I don't think so.
Some
but is it
communication with you.
intriguing? Is it compelling?
Just to see if you want to talk to us.
I think it is.
I get the feeling you're here. Well, my other devices have been quiet, with the exception of Paratech and GhostTube over here. This is an exercise. This is an exercise in patience.
So how and this is the theory, knockoff, how this GhostTube Siri, how GhostTube works. And this is what I call GhostTube vanilla. The original GhostTube has built into it an EMF reader, a word bank, and you can use video and audio for recording purposes, right? And what happens is, and this is a theory, that a spirit, because it can manipulate EMF, can go in, look at the word bank, look at all these words, and either select a word that it wants to say, or it can put together a phrase, and it will go on ahead and read that back to you. That's the theory behind all ITC devices, whether it's a spirit box, whether it is a word bank like Ovulus, whether it is a GhostTube app or something like that. Do you ever just ask like the ghost what the day is, like how, like what's good, dude? How's the afterlife going? Sometimes I have asked, do you see yourself as a ghost? Do you know that you're alive? Do you know that you're dead? I've asked before, do you know what date it is? What is the date? And, you know, have I gotten a direct response? Not yet. I would say the closest I've come to an actual direct response is I was in Gettysburg, and we were at a memorial for the Army of the Potomac. And it's one of the clips that I played often on this stream, where I ask someone to speak to us. My wife then says, is there anyone here from the Army of the Potomac? And then we got a clear voice that wasn't there when we heard it. We didn't hear it in real time. We only heard it when I went back and listened to this audio, and clearly somebody said, I'm here. Now, was it an artifact on this card? Card was brand new. Also, I have been a podcaster for well over 15 years, and I know what to listen for, and I have never heard an artifact sound like that. Have I had just casual conversation? And what do I think of synthwave? Synthwave makes for great background music, but as far as like casual conversation, I have done that before at places like Linville Manor where I feel comfortable. But and have I had anything respond to it? Yeah, once or twice. And again, you can see it when you take a look at we have 2 shows from season 2. It's basically our visit to Linville, or our visits. We had several visits to Linville Manor. I would suggest looking at our Linville Manor episodes, and you'll see what I mean by just having casual conversation and getting conversation back. It's pretty interesting. I have seen Danny Gonzalez's ghost hunting video, and I think it's hysterical. And honestly, I think Danny Gonzalez would make a better ghost hunter than he gives himself credit for, because he was doing everything right. He really was doing everything right. And I do love that video. I love that video a lot. But here's the funnier bit about that video. That would be a place I would never want to investigate. Never. I have no interest whatsoever investigating the Stanley Hotel. Here's why. And I think it was mentioned in Danny's video, and if it wasn't Danny's video, it was somewhere else. But apparently some of the guides like to mess with other groups. And yes, you're right. You're right, Plague Doctor. It's an attraction. It's a lot like the Conjuring House. Linville's the place that made me a believer, and where I can explain the shit that I saw. Close enough, Marv. You don't have to be a true believer, but you had an experience, which I think is great. I think is awesome. But I look at the Stanley Hotel the same way I look at the Conjuring House. Do I think the Conjuring House is haunted? No, I don't. Do I think the Stanley Hotel is haunted? No, I don't. Do I think that the Amityville house is haunted? No. I don't mind, and I don't mind saying it.
That's what she said.
If the Warrens are involved, 9 times out of 10, I don't believe it, because I am not part of the. I'm not part of the Warren of the Warren camp. I really do not buy into what the Warrens were selling. But now, have I been to places that I do think are haunted? Yes. Do I think Savannah is haunted? The town of Savannah? Yeah. I think that place is haunted. I think the city of Charleston has got some really deep, wicked history, and I think that place is haunted. But there are some things that I think have gotten a little too out of control. Like, for one thing, I'm starting to see more paranormal groups speak out against this device. Hopefully Phil will allow me one day on the show to do it, but he doesn't want to rock the boat. And I understand why. I do understand why. But the DR60, the Panasonic DR, I think it's the Panasonic DR66. This is the first ever digital recorder. And apparently the reason it was, well, paranormal investigators will say, the reason it was taken, it was recalled by Panasonic was because it was picking up voices from the other side. No, it wasn't. It was being upgraded and replaced by another model. And paranormal investigators will die on that hill. And the reason they will die on that hill is because it is a 30-year-old digital audio recorder, and they're paying $1,300 for it. No, absolutely not. I think it's the biggest flex that's out there, and I don't buy into it at all. I do not buy into the DR. In fact, I actually told Phil, I said, if you ever pull out a Panasonic DR66 recorder, I am packing up my stuff, and you are never seeing me again, because I just don't buy into it. And I've seen them up close and personal, and I'm just like, okay, guys, whatever. If you really want to impress me, capture something on audio or video from this century, please, from something that was created in this century. Okay.
It's an exercise in us reaching out to you and talking to you.
I swear to God, if you're pulling one of those out, kicked off the team.
Can I help you want to talk to us? You're a part of this exercise. You're part of this experience that we're all having right now. I want nothing more than to hear your story.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a guy there who he was a professional drone pilot. And man, he got some really cool footage of Pennhurst. But to give you an idea of what level this guy was at, he was piloting a drone with a VR headset. That was pretty amazing. It was amazing to watch.
Well, I am evaluating this interaction you have with me right here. I see down here there have been 29 separate events.
So you are getting action on the grid.
29 separate events. No, 39 separate events. And they're all low in temperature. It's getting hot, it's getting cold right in the center. So you're trying to tell me that you're in this room? I know too.
See, I thought what I had done was I had offloaded all this video and audio and everything that I was going to do. I thought I already taken care of that. So I'm trying to figure out what happened to all those hours of video.
Working great this morning. Completely drained.
So me and Phil are in the hallway. The camera's in here by
A
itself.
rare, just completely drained catfall.
Nonetheless.
And that's the drone outside.
That really does sound like this doesn't sound like an EVP in the body. I was going to say more than
You think it's tough trying to get EVPs with bird song everywhere. Yeah, try doing it with a drone.
All right, so here's what I can tell you about this. It's picking up temperature fluctuations. That's what the bottom is happening. Yeah, that's what the bottom is happening. The bottom, you're on. What's green? Green is cool, and of course, the further out, it means it's getting warmer and warmer and warmer. So it starts to get red and spiky. Yeah. Have you seen that? No.
That's trap.
One thing I want to test, so I'm going to turn it.
Yeah, Pennhurst is located near a busy road. It's off the beaten path, but it's still located near a busy road. Oof. I don't think I'd want that, Blake Doctor. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I would not wish that. I wouldn't even wish that on Zach Baggins. I mean, oof. But one of the things that somebody asked earlier on, and this is going to segue us into a break because otherwise my cat is going to have a piece of me because I did promise him pumpkin. But we were talking about, or rather the question was, in fact, what are my thoughts on investigations that take place during the day versus investigations at night? What are advantages and disadvantages? Okay, so let's talk a little about that. Yeah, some people like I noticed. Oh, who was it? I believe it was. Was it? Hang on. Oh yeah, it was Knockoff. So Knockoff was asking about, I've seen you do a lot of stuff during the day, and we have. We do daytime investigations. We do them, if the opportunity presents itself. But here's the thing about the
shovel.
Thank you. But here's the thing to know about daytime investigations. If you do them during the winter, they're a lot easier to do. Because one, you don't have as much fauna to deal with. It's a little more quiet around the time of winter, right? The thing you have to get through is the cold. And that was, when you look at our investigation from, we called it Couples Weekend. We investigated part of Gettysburg during the day. And then at night, we investigated the Jenny Wade house for the first time. And Jenny Wade never disappoints. But daytime investigations, yeah, the advantage is that it's during the day, right? But what are you competing with against that, especially if it's warmer weather? You're competing with traffic. You're competing with other people around, other people with electronic devices, phones in particular. So you're dealing with a lot of stuff. Now, if you do an investigation at night, one of the biggest advantages you have in that is that there are fewer people up, there are fewer people out with electronic gear, apart from you and your team. Oh, excuse me. And things are just more still at night. Things are more still at night. And you're gonna have time limits either way, Cammie. You're gonna have time limits either way. And when you do an investigation at night, for some people they say, well, that's when the veil is the thinnest. Honestly, if there's one thing I feel like I can say about the paranormal is that it doesn't work on a time clock. It really does not work on a time clock. Now, from an entertainment perspective, is it creepier to do something at night? Absolutely. It is totally better to do it at night. Exactly. Why would a ghost love night more than day? Like I said, the best stuff we have ever caught, lights have been on, it's been during the day, or it's been at dusk. So, I don't think ghosts keep a time clock. Some experiences we've had have happened with the lights off. Sometimes it's happened with the lights on. And so, to me, I don't mind. I really don't mind doing paranormal investigations during the day
and they prefer the dark to go boo. Well, there is that, Arelis. There is that. But I really do not think. Yes, I know we're up to pumpkin time, aren't we? But I do not think that the time of day really does matter. And I don't even think I don't even think that the seasons matter as well. I don't think the seasons matter either. But what I do think matters is access. Do you have access to a place? And also, how many people are around said place? For example, Phil and I went to a public investigation at St. Albans Sanatorium. Now, this is one of the most haunted places in Virginia. And I was all set and ready for this. And Phil, well, this was a place on this bucket list. We went there and it was an absolute disaster because they kept adding tickets to the event. And when we were finally up on the date of the event, they had sold over 70 tickets. And they broke us up into 5 teams. I'll let you do the math. It was an absolute show. It was absolute chaos. And considering how much we spent per ticket, that was a hard lesson learned. And it's why I don't particularly care for for public investigations. Now, do I think if something is at St. Albans, do I think that it would have cared if it was a public or private investigation? Probably not. But as far as our recording devices, it did matter. And so, thank you, Cammie. Thank you. Just move stuff around my roommate's room over and over just to mess with them, and that's fine too. That's fine too. It'd be okay. But I do think that it was a major disappointment, that event, and it was still an education. It was an education in that I know what I know, the kind of investigation I don't want to do. But I do think that it's important to be able to have permission and access to a location. Otherwise, it's not going to work. And on that note, particularly with Benedict, I'm going to take a quick break. If you haven't stretched, please stretch. If you haven't taken your meds, please check to see if you need to take your meds. And if you need to take your meds, go ahead and take your meds. Get something to drink. I'm going to be checking my hydration just to make sure that I can handle that. I'm also going to get pumpkin for the cat, and I'm going to see if I can't find the footage that I thought I had from Pennhurst. This is bugging me a little bit, so I want to see if I've got it somewhere or not. So these are all the things that we're going to be doing during the break. And if you got a pet, give it some love. Absolutely. I'm going to give this guy some love by getting him some pumpkin and wet food. Okay? All right, everybody. Thank you all for being here. We're going to return to Pennhurst, and if not Pennhurst, we'll be going somewhere else after this break. See you in a bit. I'm gonna go look for the invader.
I'm willing to bet probably Steps.
He is Steps because I am at drill and he is not here. Heading over there.
I don't see him.
Yep, there he is.
Got him?
Woo! Let's go, baby.
This is what the Taken feel. Revel in this. One down. That's
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take that. That felt really good. That felt really good. Come on, give me some hype in chat. Give me all your hype emotes in chat.
Let's go,
Do
baby.
It. Do it. Do it, baby.
All right, I've got super going.
All right, they are right in front of you. Throw it. Hit it, baby.
Yeah,
Hit it.
I got some, baby.
Oh my God, he got him. He got his first invader kill.
Let's go, Can we get some hype in chat, baby? I got another one. I got another
there
one.
We go.
Let's go. I'm just, I don't care. I'm camping spawn right now. It's a black guy doing this. And I'm back, baby. All right, let's kill this primeval and go home.
Yes. All right, melt the primevals, fire team. Melt the primeval. Let's make this happen.
Let's go. Oh, I'm dead. Let's melt this, baby.
Let's hit this. Let's hit it.
All right, let's go out on a win, folks.
You got. No, he's not. No, he's not.
Yeah,
we did it, baby! Let's go! How many did you take out? How many did you take out?
I don't know. I don't know. I think I took out like maybe 2 or 3.
It'll say in your stats.
It'll say my stats. Okay, let's see. Let's see, chat. Come on.
Let's do this. Oh my God! He was 1 away from Army of 1. Let's go!
Yeah! Oh my God, we did it! Woo!
Through a grant from No Kid Hungry, which was a majority of our resources, right? To be able to purchase this truck and get it going. So families have a hard time to get from one place to another place. And I was like, man, why can't we be the ones to get to them, right? And we could lift off that burden, you know, eliminate that barrier and be able to serve our students, our families, in a way that they feel like we actually care for them.
Hi, I'm Steve Saylor, aka Blind Gamer Steve. I'm a content creator and accessibility advocate and consultant in the video game industry.
My name is T Morris. People call me T. They call me T Monster. I also go by Twitch Dad.
When I started looking into wanting to stream, I had known this dude here for about, I think about 10 years at that point. 10 years. And so I reached out to him. I was like, hey, you know what? I know you play Destiny. Would you be cool kind of helping me and guiding me through the game? I've never played it before.
This is when I gave you a little bit of honesty. I said, are you sure you want me? Because you see me play, so you know how bad my aim is. It'll be the blind leading the blind. And he went, that's what we'll call it.
All right, there's the Traveler. There's the Traveler in front of us. Let's go. Walk forward. Walk forward. I want you to enjoy this.
As someone who has a disability where it affects my vision and it is hard for me to be able to play games in general, having someone take the time and guide me through being able to play a game and not try to rush me through things, that meant the world to me.
Where's that? All right. Oh, there he is.
Yes! Yes! Get him! Oh, yeah!
In any other game, it's usually people don't want to play with a disabled person, whereas with Destiny, I can jump in with T, I can jump in with my friends, and even when we just jump in with random blueberries in the community, we can still be able to help each other out, and that's why I love Destiny.
Did you shoot my friend? That was a bad choice.
It's all about being able to reach out, pick someone up, and being like, we can do this together. And that is being a hero. It's being able to lift everyone else up.
It's not about you. It's about the fire team. That's what makes a good guardian, is when it's about reaching the end goal and reaching it together.
still going off in there, Tina?
I'm going to hand you the cat balls, if that's cool.
I would like the cat balls.
I'm feeling like somebody need to go in the bed.
Someone needs some cat balls.
What was that? What was that?
Someone needs some cat balls. You have.
What is that? What is that? Do you hear that, Pip? It's a very, wow. Hang on. It's a very rushed. It sounds like a rushed whisper.
Someone needs some cat balls.
Yeah, I thought it was something on the floor, but it's not.
Someone needs some cat balls.
I'm now slowing it down to 175. I'm hearing turn around. Does anyone else hear that? Turn around?
It's not quiet on this side of the REM pod.
Oh no, I can. We can all hear it. We can all hear it.
I want to try something.
Okay, so Steve says I'm going to try something. I'll hear it. We can all hear it.
I want to try something. Sit down.
Oh God! I actually saw it move.
I've got some. I'm going to do that right over here. And then I'm going to drop that in and go shadow. Please make my shadows black so it pops a little harder. 100% opacity. 7 on the edge. Actually, let's tighten that up a bit. 5 pixels. There you go. Boom.
Oh God! I actually saw it move.
Really?
I saw it move.
I have never seen Sebastian with that look on his face. Are you? No, it's not that, Scott. It's not that. It's are you seeing this? Chat, I want you to look into my eyes. I want you to look into my eyes, chat. Sebastian, the beautiful one. I want you to look into my eyes. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. This is the face of someone who was on his last fuck. This is someone who is on his last fuck. It's happening, chat. What's happening? And here I was worried that I didn't have anything to do on the stream, and I think I've got it now. It's just basically Gamer Cat Cam. He's turned back into his teen years. I know, right? Benedict, are you okay? Slow blinks. I got this. I got this, Dad. Do you? Do you? Do you, Gamer Cat? Do you have this?
Sometimes they're just so tired because they haven't had anything to eat that they'll just put their heads down and go to sleep.
I never really even consider students going hungry. A lot of times they don't want to tell you because they're embarrassed.
When our school district started offering meals regardless of income, kids feel just as valuable as the child next to them.
No Kid Hungry helps schools get the supplies they need to feed kids.
Food is the most important school supply.
Boss is down. Boss is down. Boss is down.
Nice, nice.
Darkness
Oh, God.
Darkness envelops you. No lives left. No lives left. That's it.
I think we did it then.
Steve, you just completed your first legendary lost sector. Can I get some hype in chat? Can I get some hype in chat? Can I get some hype in chat for Steve Saylor, who just completed his first legendary lost sector? Now you got to do a solo. Keymaster bottoms. Okay, standard bottoms. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, chat. Hell yeah. Hell to the yeah. I'm ready. Now, if I remember correctly, I think my tartan is yellow. I think the Morris tartan is yellow. Ah! Anybody else? Anybody else? I didn't think so. Clean up on all 7. Jeez.
It's okay. It's okay. It's totally fine. Because here's the thing about the series that I like is that you don't have to know anything about the movies or the books to be able to get into the show, because it is set thousands of years before any of the books or movies anyway. So it's been really great to just obviously be able to kind of just sit down and watch it and just enjoy it for the lore for what it is. My favorite episode so far actually has been, now actually the pilot was really good, but I actually really enjoyed episode 6, which was the especially the ending there with the creation of a certain volcano that I'm really excited to be able to see more of, and seeing how that kind of develops. Don't tell me, because you've seen episode 7. Anyway. But T, what's been your favorite episode?
Oh, that's easy. That's easy. The one in Casa Doom where Durin says to... Oh, you haven't seen that one yet? You haven't? Dude, why are you here?
No, stop it!
I get it. No, hang on.
Safe space! Safe space!
F that. Dude, why are you here? You should be back in your room watching Lord of the Rings Rings of Power right now. So, the thing I liked about... First off, when it comes to on-screen bromances, we thought we had the ultimate in the original trilogy, but let's be honest, there's never been a better bromance on television than Elrod and Durin. I mean, when Durin says, what was that?
They were
behind us. So yeah, I mean, when he said. Well, I loved you watching me play Dead Space. Hey, Nix. Nix is over on the YouTubes. How you doing there, Nix? I'm actually saving that, Marv. I'm saving Alien Isolation for Halloween. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna give Alien Isolation a serious ass shot. And that'll be to celebrate my wife's Alien novel, Alien: The Seventh Circle. Hello there. It's gonna be coming out in October. And hello there.
How is everyone? Thanks for sitting that out. I know it was a longer than usual. Oh wait, where's my? Did I bring my water down? Hold on. I just topped off my hydration. I have kittens. Okay. Oh, and Chad, you know what else I found? I found some missing footage. I found some missing footage. I thought I transferred everything. Turns out I hadn't. What are you sniffing? Bro, what are you sniffing?
There is food.
You don't see this, but there's a kitten right in front of me going. Not a lot of food, but he found food. It's actually that's a Hicks. It's a Hicks. Hudson's up. So you can tell that it's Hudson. You can tell that it's Hudson up there because of that. The you notice he's got one arm out, and he's just chilling like a villain in that top section. And he's like,
I'm not touching anybody. Hi, Uncle Benedict. Hi, Dad. Are you live? Go back to the main camera. I want to say hi to chat. Okay. Hot chat. I love saying hi to chat. I'm Hicks. I'm not in the tree. There's my brother Dorito, and there's my brother Hudson. Hudson's being a very bad boy. He's trying to not touch Uncle Benedict, but he's still gonna touch Benedict. He is.
all right. Dealing with medical stuff, but good otherwise. Oh, that's good. It's good to hear. All right. So yeah, it turns out I was missing some stuff, and I knew I had more in the tank. Let's see here. All right, let me yes. Not respond. Don't tell me you're not responding. All right. Open a new window, please. There we go. Let's see. Give me a second, everybody. I just got to do this. All right. Pennhurst. And I believe these are all clips from... Let's see. So there's Pennhurst. Pennhurst. There you go. And I think all these are from the Mayflower. So I'm just going to drag and drop them over. Oh, crap. Jeez. Okay. Sorry. I got to do one more thing on this drive because I totally forgot this. Yeah, I have to delete that folder. Yeah, I want to permanently delete it because I know it's too big to recycle. Okay. Now, let's see. Let's go up here. Much better. Much better. So what takes 5 seconds there? What takes 5 seconds there? Not the copying part, I can tell you that. What do I feel about Star Trek, random? Well, that was truly the first sci-fi that I like became a fan of as a wee barn, if you will, as a wee barn. And yeah, I love me some Star Trek. I do. So, hi everyone. We're gonna take about 10 minutes to copy everything over, and I hope everyone is doing well. Make sure that you roll your shoulders out. Make sure that you roll your shoulders out. Just make sure you're taking care of yourselves. You know, Spence is all about that. And hey everyone, you are joined. You have joined Old Spirits Investigations, both on Twitch and on YouTube. If it sounds like I'm tripping over my words, I'm tripping over my words. I've got a weekend ahead. And I think I'm still mentally sorting out some stuff. I'm still, crossing my fingers about the gig that I interviewed for earlier this week. It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. Yes, I know. You catch it. Who is the best captain and why is it Janeway? Well, there you go. And yes, I am. I'm doing that as best as I can. Stand up and do some twerking to get the blood flowing. Oh God, no, Aurelis, you really don't want to see me twerk. You do not want to see me twerk. How many ears does Captain Kirk have? 3. The left ear, the right ear, and the final front ear. Yeah, there you go. That was it. Yeah. I'll give you this one. There you go. He'll be here all week. Try the veal. So what has been going on, chat, is we have been having some very deep conversations about the paranormal tonight because we have some people who are not necessarily true believers. Which is fine. I don't think I consider myself a true believer. I consider myself someone who has had some stuff that I cannot explain away easily. That I will definitely say. I have had things happen to me that I cannot explain away easily. And that's how I describe myself. I also consider myself something along the lines of Fox Mulder. I am an open-minded skeptic. I prefer to call myself a critical believer. And exactly, Aurelis. That's the thing. You don't necessarily dismiss what you believe, or what you have experienced. But if you want to call me an open-minded skeptic or a critical believer, I think that's an accurate description. Oh, I did want to ask you, Aurelis, since we're waiting a bit for stuff to copy over. I wanted to ask you, Aurelis, about what time, around what part of the year, are you relocating back to New York? If you don't mind my asking, because you said you were heading back. You said you were heading back to New York, correct? I was just curious as to when. And while I wait for the delay to get caught up with Aurelis' answer, I've had some stuff happen to me that I can't deny. And it actually drives me to have an experience like that again. And that's one of the reasons why I think I put myself out there. I put myself out there because I want to see if I can actually have that happen again. I want to see if I can get that magic moment of I'm here happen again. I really want that. So you're moving at the end of June. So does that mean then that when you move, you're moving to New York, and I mean it's like you're not. It's not like you're going to be coming back to this area, to the Virginia, Maryland area, anytime soon. You're basically heading north, and that's the plan, correct? I've yet to see a ghost theory that's convinced me. I'm too bad of a person. I'd be a menace as a ghost. Then you would be a poltergeist. You'd be a poltergeist, Aquarius. That's the God's honest truth. Oh, you sure am. Okay. So here's my question. Here's a legit question I got for you. Oh, you want to come back in October? You mean for the public event that we're doing? For the public event that we're doing here in Northern Virginia? Because what I was going to ask you is whether or not you wanted to, before leaving the area, did you want to try and see if if your budget and your time allowed, would you want to go and come with me and probably Phil and some of the other crew from Old Spirits? Would you want to take a look and maybe stay the night at Linville Manor? Just want to throw that out there. I'd like to throw that out there. See what is financially possible for you, because I know I've talked about it. I've talked about it with you, and I said, there's a time where the talk has got to stop, and you got to start. You just got to double down and say, I want to do this. So just throwing that out there. That's a funny thing you mentioned. It's funny you should mention spaghetti too, Spence, because I have been craving spaghetti. I have been craving spaghetti for like almost 2 weeks now, and we put it on our menu for the week. But we never freaking get around to it. Like, I think we were gonna do it either. I think we were planning to do it tonight. And I had made burgers, and the way I make burgers, my wife was like, I want you to do it again. So we've had burgers 2 nights in a row. I'm not complaining because we were using some really good Wagyu beef. And so I was not complaining at all. I would check the financials and I'll let you know, but October, definitely. It's your birthday month. Got it. Okay. I will try to keep you in the know, Aurelius, of like when tickets are going to go on sale for that event. But I want to make sure. I just like to see if, I wanted to see it, especially if before you leave the area, I would like for you to experience, I'd love for you to experience this, because I think you would love Linville. I think you would absolutely love Linville, Aurelius. I do. You can't change my mind. I will die on that hill. And we are also kind of, I don't want to say we're overdue, but I feel like we're in need of taking a trip there. And I might even think about saying, I want to frame it by going, this would be a good proving ground. Like, if you want to try out a ghost gadget, if you want to just try to hone your skills. I'm talking to you mainly, Walker. If you want to go on ahead and hone your skills a bit, I think taking you to a place like Linville would be a good place, because even though they kind of played up the lurker in his episode of Kindred Spirits, Linville is just a really beautiful place. It's a great place. And objection, one requires skills to hone. That's why we got to develop those skills there, Walker. That's why we got to develop them there skills, Walker. That's my point, Walker. So there you go. And I know we've been talking about it, Aurelius, and that's just, I mean, if you were up for it, if you were up for something like that, that's the other thing. You got to start somewhere. Exactly. Trust me, that first investigation Phil and I did, we were as raw as raw can be. Oh my God. I look back on that and just go, whew, man. See, now Benedict has had his pumpkin, and as you can see, he is very content. He is very content. But yeah, just keep me in the loop. Keep me in the loop and let me know what you can and can't do. And I'll understand if you can't do it in June, because that's moving date, and you got to make sure all the finances are settled up and settled in. For myself, I'm like I said, I'm crossing my fingers so hard they may break. And I don't know when I'm going to hear from these people again. The people that I interviewed with this week. But did I feel like that I did the best I could? Absolutely. I can walk away from this interview with my head very, very high. I did everything I could. I did everything I could. All right. Everything is copied over now, and I'm going to now import in this stuff, and I think I'm going to import it in this way. But if you're curious as to how wound up I was last night, yeah, I got to bed at like 1 a.m., 1:30. What was I doing up at that time? You're going to shake your head and just go, oh, for frig's sake, T. But it's true. I was up watching Dune. And before anybody says, wait, the 1980s Dune? No. Villeneuve's. I was watching Villeneuve's Dune. And the reason I was watching Villeneuve's Dune was because I had this weird thought in my head about there was a video that I'd seen on YouTube about Jodorowsky's Dune. This was the Dune that they were going to try to make in the 1970s, and the dude Jodorowsky, he wanted to make it into he wanted it to be an LSD trip, but he wanted it to be an LSD trip without you having to take LSD. Okay. That was what he was going for, everybody. That was the grand plan there. And, he actually got backing for a very brief time. He got backing for a very brief time. And it was amazing how many people he had signed on, and they were apparently all planning to, be a part of this insane fever dream of the 70s. And hold on one second. I'm just checking something here. I want to make sure I'm getting the right it's either 1080p or 1080i. Hang on. I'm looking for the frame rate. Let me just see here. 29.97, 29.9, 25, 24. I think this is what I want. All right. I'm going to use this one. Okay. We're starting off a new sequence and everything. Hold on a second. And then we'll go with Quaker. All right. Yep, Quaker. Okay. Not to be confused with Quaker Oats, but Quaker, yes. Oh, wait. Yes. Is this what? Yeah, that's what I just did. Yeah, okay. No, not Quaker. No, I'm sorry, not Quaker. I want Mayflower. There you go. All right. For those of you who are just popping in, just tuning in, just popping into the stream, hi, my name is T. I go by T Monster, or Twitch Dad. I'm also a paranormal investigator, and I represent a group called Old Spirits Investigations. We are currently looking at footage from a place called Pennhurst Assylum, and I am going to be returning to Pennhurst Asylum. I am returning to Pennhurst Asylum tomorrow. It's part of an event called Pennhurst Paracon, and that's what's going on. That's what I'm doing. I've got footage from last year, and that's what I'm looking at right here. I was trying to figure out where it had gone, and because there was all this footage that I had, and it was missing, and I was like, "Where is this?" So I dug into my archives, and sure enough, I found the card. And this is why archives are a beautiful thing. Okay. The first thing I've got to do is I've got to turn off the music. And let's see if the sound has rendered. Sound has not rendered yet. Sound has not rendered yet. This is something that happens sometimes with video, is you import in stuff into Premiere, and Premiere is like, oh yeah, it's right here, but then there's no sound. So you got to wait for it to render. You have to wait for it to say, okay, let me process this.
So in the meantime, I'm going to give it a few more minutes, and then we'll go back and check on it. And if we get sound, I'll segue us in, and we're all good. But yeah, I've been doing paranormal investigations for nearly 3 years, and I do this thing on Thursday nights where I do footage review. It can be audio. Most of the time it's video, and it's a show that we will either be producing or we'll be getting ready to produce for the current or upcoming season. And right now we are in season 3 of our show, Old Spirits. We're actually doing a premiere tomorrow night. It's probably oh, you're talking about something else. I was like, it's probably the sauce. What? Oh, you're talking about something else. But tomorrow night, if anyone is curious, yes, we actually are premiering a brand new episode of Old Spirits tomorrow on YouTube, exclusively on YouTube, at 9 p.m. This is part 2 of our investigation of the Bird Theater. And I am very excited to be showing everybody this premiere and, taking you back to a place that has a lot of nice memories for me. But if you want to find out more about what we do at Old Spirits, if you want to find out more about how we do things at Old Spirits, and you want to see some episodes of Old Spirits, follow that link. It'll reroute you over to YouTube. Eventually, we will be getting a blog and a place for merch and stuff like that. Absolutely. But that will take you to our YouTube channel. And on our YouTube channel, you can go on ahead and check out some of the stuff that we've got there. Wait, started watching Ionosaur because of you mentioning her. Really? That's kind of cool. I did not realize that. Ayana's great. She's actually messaged me, and I've got to wait until I get past this weekend, and then I'm like, okay, I can now tell Ayano, hey, I'm going to be here, and here. Wouldn't it be a good time to get together? Because I have not touched Destiny in nearly 2 months, and a lot of things have happened. I know a lot of things have happened. A lot of weapons have dropped. It's getting crazy because soon the final shape will drop. When the final shape drops, it's not even an issue of being ready for it. I'm just mentally, I had to step away from Destiny for a while, and it's been fine. It has been absolutely fine that I've stepped away. It is also absolutely fine. The Rev 3 dude has gifted a tier 1 sub to praise praise thy Jeebus. So there you go. And it seems appropriate that Rev 3 dude would gift a sub to praise thy Jeebus. So there you are. Fantastic. Have I ever played Warframe Aquarius? No. I looked at Warframe and I could tell it was a game that was far too frenetic for me. There's a lot of stuff. It says, oh no, that's my goal. But your 300th gifted sub, let's go. Thank you. Well done, Rev 3. Well done. But also that sub gets us closer to the charity Titan Taco Tuesday stream that we're going to be doing, provided I get to 200 subs before the end of May. And we are roughly at the halfway point in May. So I think we're doing really well. Just 88 more subs and we're golden. But we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so going back to,
that's what I appreciate about you.
You're fine, Cammy. So I haven't played Destiny in a long time. And it just kind of happened that way. But I've been wanting to get back in, and then I found out that they've just brought back 0 Hour. And I'm like, okay, that was one of my favorite missions ever. And I'd love to know what is different between previous 0 Hour and 0 Hour of now. And Ayano said she would take me through it. So it's like, okay, let's get back into Destiny. But obviously not this weekend because I'm going to be away this weekend. Now, for anybody who missed it earlier, so tomorrow there will be a premiere exclusively on YouTube, 9 p.m., part 2 of our Bird Theater investigation. Then Saturday and Sunday, I will not be doing my regularly scheduled streams, but I will be doing random streams throughout the weekend. And it'll just be like, live from
from Pennhurst Paracon, because tomorrow I will be traveling up to Philadelphia for Pennhurst Paracon, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Some of the guests they have, let me just see here real quick. I know I have it in here. Let's see.
Hello there.
Hello there. Hello there. Here it is. Okay. That's Sunday. This is Saturday. Okay, so the guests they have for this Paracon, just so you know, the Ghost Brothers, the Ghost Hunters, Project Fear, and Kindred Spirits. And they do their talks, all weekend. And I think what we're planning to do, I think what the idea is that we are going to be doing, we're going to be going, we're going to go in, do the thing, right? We're going to go do our VIP thing. And Cuddlebird, hey, thank you. Thanks for being here. And thanks for coming on in. Thanks for the follow. Hope you're enjoying the stream already. But at Paracon, I think what we're going to do is Phil and I are going to try to do what we did last year, where we literally just parked ourselves in the front row and we filmed what was going on. And Saturday will be the, hey, we're gonna watch everybody's panels. And then Sunday, we're going to be, doing the meet and greets, because all of these teams are scheduled to do some sort of meet and greet. Am I going to worry about the energy vicinity? Only around Jason Hawes. I want to make sure I am well out of reach of his energy vicinity, or more to the point, his his reach, But it's okay, because did I tell you about that? Did I tell you about that, Walking Bard? I actually had a back and forth, a very friendly back and forth with Jason Hawes on, yes, that was the term, Cammy, energy vicinity. But I had a really cool back and forth with Jason Hawes on YouTube, everybody. He apparently saw the video where I said that I had a man crush on him because he was so stacked, jacked, and packed. And he actually time-stamped it and said, apart from you making me blush. And I was like, oh my God. I've embarrassed myself in front of Jason Hawes. Oh, lordy Lord, how did that happen? Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. I've got to figure out where I put Shovel. Hold on one second. I'm just gonna check something real quick. Yeah, I thought I had put Shovel in here. I did not. I mean, I forgot that I had stuff like this. I had this.
This is great. Anyone want a hug? No hugs.
I mean, there's one, and then I also forgot that I put this one in here.
You want me to say well done? That you did good?
I like that one a lot.
Well done.
I have an Archer one here. I forgot which one it was.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
So I forgot that one. And then I've got, of course, I needed this one.
Hail to the king, baby.
And I've got this, because you can't really have a solid soundboard and not have something from Steve Saylor.
Oh, the wine's kicking in. Yay.
There it is. I got to remember I have that. Okay. Let's go back and let's check my file. See if they've got... See if it's rendered everything. It looks like it has. Yeah. I've got sound now. Here we go.
We would love to hear how you feel
all of Steve's drop-ins makes me happy.
about all these people coming through, asking all these questions. You can consider this an opportunity.
By the way, this view is temporary. I do turn the camera around. But if I remember correctly, we are in the Mayflower, and we were in one of the buildings. But you can hear how busy some of the traffic is. You're gonna have to lurk because you have your first physical therapy appointment tomorrow. Finally help your foot issue. Okay, well, you know what? Oh, right, you can't see because you're in intermission. Here's what I'm talking about. So this camera angle will be changing.
Talk back. Talk back. And in fact, a lot of our questions here are going to be about that. Giving you the chance to express yourself.
Scene change. Command scene change.
What's that?
Now, the voices you're hearing, these are voices of people that are passing through the hallways of where we're at. And to give you an idea of how small these rooms were at Pennhurst, and this is a little frightening. I'm also boosting up the sound a bit. So that's where I'm standing. That's me, right? This is 2 walls. That's the roof. That is the roof right there. So, you know, just saying. That's kind of intense. Doug tears. Oh dear God. Oh my God. Doug and his emotes are pretty tight. Okay, back to it. Whoop. One.
Is that you? Yes. The dust in here is something. Wow.
I think I wanted to ask you this last Pennhurst stream, but I forgot to ask. In a lot of the paranormal investigation videos I've seen, the group is by themselves, and there's no real chatting in the background. Do they rent the location for a time, or just work out for no one else to show up while they're working? Okay, that's a great question there, Aquarius. And let me explain. So we actually did a 5-minute paranormal on this, and I am going to not necessarily pull up said 5-minute paranormal, but I will drop the link in chat. Just give me a second, because it's one of our early 5-minute jobbies. I don't think it's, I think it might be tips and advice. Let me just see. Searching for ghosts, viewer questions, protecting with faith. That was a good one with Jada. Coping with gear failure. I was proud of that one. Talking to ghosts, the myth of lights out. Okay, so it was season 1. Is your paranormal investigation better indoors or out? Ghost protection, ghost voices, your paranormal. How to live stream your investigations. No, all right, so it's not in that one. Let me see if it's in another one. That was tips and advice. Let's go to reviews. Ghost gear, hunting, ghost gear, 20 days haunted. It's not there either. Okay, hang on. Let's just go to videos in general. Okay. Here it is. Find the best kind of paranormal event for you. 71 views. Wow. Not a lot of views. But this is an early one because this is from 2 years ago. Okay. So So this is a direct link to a 5-minute paranormal, pretty much entitled "Which Ghost Event is Best for You?" And when we say, what's the best ghost event, what we're talking about is we're talking about the difference between what people offer and actually how to set your expectations, Aquarius. For example, if I said to you, "Hey, I knew you were in town. Let's meet up. We're going to go on a ghost tour." A ghost tour is not the same as a ghost hunt. Okay? Because a ghost tour, there's a lot of history involved, and they talk about the ghost. They would maybe tell a few ghost stories. That's not the same thing as going on a paranormal investigation. Then you've got a paranormal investigation, and it's like, hey, I'm going to take you on a paranormal investigation. Cool. But is it a public or is it a private investigation? A private investigation. Oh, and then there's a paranormal event. Okay. And music seems a bit. You know why it seems a bit loud? Because I had turned off the music. Thank you. Okay. So there's a difference between a paranormal event, a private paranormal investigation, and a public paranormal investigation. And I will explain to you all three real quickly if you don't want to watch the entirety of that 5-minute paranormal. So a paranormal event is like what's happening this weekend. We are going to Pennhurst Paracon. It is a convention, like a Balticon or a RavenCon. It's like a science fiction convention, but it's specifically for paranormal stuff. And actually, this year, not only are they offering paranormal guests like the Ghost Hunters, the Ghost Brothers, and so on, I think they're dipping their toe and trying out people that were in horror movies, because they've got someone that played Pinhead, and I think they got the actor who played Pinhead in Hellraiser. They've got somebody that played Jason, someone that played Michael, and they're all showing up and they're going to be signing autographs. I don't think they're going to be talking, but they're going to be signing autographs. So that's what you can expect at a paranormal event. You're going to probably have hundreds and hundreds of people, if not more. There's going to be panel talks. There's going to be this. Then they say, hey, we're going to open up the property so you can go in and do some paranormal investigation. Yeah, you are. But here's the thing about those events. You'll hear people coming in and out. And then in the earlier clips that I played from Pennhurst, you notice that there are a lot of people talking. There are voices coming in from outside because it's still a big public event. All right. Then you have a public paranormal investigation. The public paranormal investigation is it's like going to a Paracon, but it's not as big. You're still investigating. Chances are you're going to be investigating at night. The difference is that the amount of people you can expect could be as small as a group of 15 or as huge as a group of 70 or 80. And when it's the bigger public events, you're not investigating anymore. You're lucky if you get some investigation time in. And it's rough around the edges. It can be very rough and very frustrating. Then you have a private paranormal investigation, and that is when it is there's a cap. They basically go, all right, you know what? It's just going to be us. Everybody pays, including the people that are throwing the event. Nobody's really making money at a paranormal investigation, a private paranormal investigation. They're not making money. It's like we have rented out the space for us and select few. And most of the time, it's an invitation only. So a private paranormal investigation, you're talking maybe, at the most, 10 people tops. No more than 10. The biggest private investigation we've ever done, OSI-wise, the biggest investigation we've ever done has been 7. And that was enough for me to manage. I don't want to go any bigger than 7. But the difference is that with public paranormal investigations, you're going to have a lot more foot traffic. You're going to have a lot more people involved. And that can get a little distracting. Okay? Yeah, Cammy, go and get some rest.
Get some rest, okay? Get some rest. And thanks for being here. All right? You have a good night. And that's really the difference. Now, this is a paranormal event. And they offered people, and I knew going into it that this wasn't going to be what I considered ideal conditions, but you never know. You never know. It might be quiet enough that we caught something. And I hope that answers your question. Okay. Okay, that being said, let's go back to... Let me turn up the sound and let me see if we caught anything this time. Okay, here we go.
Is that you?
You haven't figured this out.
I hope everyone's enjoying the sight of my bootay. I try to keep it high and tight, even at my age. But yeah, that's Brigadoon level booty right there, I think. Anyway.
Go on ahead, just give you some room with it.
I'm going to go stay in here.
I'm going to... Yep. Hi there. Can you step away? Thank you. Thank you for stepping away from that.
Any images?
Right now, nothing.
I'm gonna do this thing.
Okay.
All right.
It's a tight space, we know. It's a tight space.
But we're here to give you some space.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, this device is called a Mel meter. It is one of many like Swiss Army knife devices that does different things. This has a temperature gauge on it. It also has an EMF reader on it, and it also has what is called a REM pod on it. The REM pod was the earlier beeping that you saw, and what a REM pod does using this hydro flask. It's basically a device with an antenna, and it creates an EMF field around it. If anything comes close to it, if it breaks the field, it will beep. If something actually touches the antenna that you see there, it will go bonkers. And that's kind of what you're looking for when you deploy a REM pod. Okay, so
Room left on the sink.
Again, if you want a more in-depth look at that and what the different varieties are out there, you can go on ahead and look at our 5-Minute Paranormals. We have Phil Rossi actually talking about REM pods. So, yeah, that's the thing.
Do you feel like people are too noisy in here? Does that bother you?
There are people walking in the hallways outside, and I believe Phil has even closed the door. So you can just get an idea. That's how noisy it is up here.
I mean, I don't think there's really, at least as far as investigators are concerned, I don't think there's any policy that people can't make noise up here. But it's got to be disturbing on a level.
But this is the thing about, I mean, it's great that
Pennhurst is saying, oh, yeah, if people want to go investigate during the event, you're more than welcome to. You know, we're going to open up the Mayflower, and if you're a VIP, you're going to have access to here and access to here. But as you can hear the event happening outside. You can hear the traffic, the foot traffic of people walking by. This is a busy place, and there were a lot of people there that day. So it's not like the same thing as a private investigation. Does that mean we couldn't find something? Not necessarily. But is this ideal? Would I like to come back and do a private investigation where it's just me and my crew and we had, Pennhurst to ourselves? Yeah, I really would. But then someone would say, oh, well, you know what? If you had paid like another $150 a head or something like that, instead of getting the VIP passes, which is what we got, we could have gotten the RIP passes. And it was the RIP passes that had the following. Give me a second and I'll pull it up. There is a celebrity ghost hunt from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. Sounds really cool, but they had so many RIP passes available. I'm like, I don't want to be in a situation where we're grouped with 100 different people. And I've seen some of these celebrity ghost hunts before, where they get, someone from Kindred Spirits, someone from Ghost Hunters or something like that. And the people that go on the ghost hunt with them, yeah, it's like 200 people deep. So I'm like, I think I'll sit that one out. Okay, so maybe we'll catch something, maybe we won't. Let's find out.
Come back here. Hopefully there's no spiders around.
Phil, be very careful in there.
He's in a closet. He's literally inside the closet.
And don't think me staring at this small little screen is taking anything away from you. I'm actually just making some adjustments here. And I want to make sure you know that I'm paying attention to the little light here and just this space in general. I think Phil has gone into a smaller space there.
Well, Snup, what the way it works is you can set how wide of an EMF field you're creating. I think I made it pretty tight. I think it's basically you got to get, like, if this is the antenna that you see there, I have to get this close before I set it off. And obviously the closer I get, the more noise it makes, and if I hit this, pretty much the only the top light will be going off. So that's how close. It's a pretty tight field. There's nothing around it. But if something breaks it, you'll know. I'm trying to remember what happened to us this year. Maybe we didn't.
If you're still with me, I want you to let me know. You can either talk to Phil in there, or you can touch this box in front of me. It's a small music box. It won't hurt you. None of our devices will hurt you.
Again, you get an idea, though, of how small these rooms were. You can hear Phil in the closet. I'm in this room, and this camera is as far back as it can go. I've shoved my camera into a back corner here, and I forgot how tight these rooms were. And all these rooms are empty. So a dresser, a bed, if they even had a dresser. I mean, that's a crazy place, Pennhurst. Crazy place.
I don't mind being quiet right now. I don't mind just taking a moment and just listening. If there's something you want to mention to me or talk about, I'm right here. You're still with me. Don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'll come to hear your story. I'll come to find out more about you and more about what your experience was here. But please feel free to let me know.
So it sounded like I just heard a walkie-talkie in there, and that's something you have to be very careful about with walkie-talkies and REM pods, because walkie-talkies, if you have a conversation with somebody on a walkie-talkie, it could set off a REM pod. You have to be very careful and very conscientious of that. There's a little FYI that you should know about with these devices. It's one of the reasons why they come under fire, because they have odd little quirks, but you learn to navigate them, if that makes sense.
You're asking if I heard you. I did hear you a few minutes ago. Trying to speak.
Now that's none of our devices. I think someone has another like Word device or a Word bank style ITC device somewhere else. And because the walls also were not necessarily super thick, and there were a lot of rooms on here. And there were some people that were doing the same thing we were doing. They were trying to close the door to take down the noise, and then they would do a little paranormal investigation on the spot. How effective were they? Did they come across anything? Did they have anything happen? I'm trying to remember what exactly happened while we were in this room. Might have been something of a disappointment if I recall. I can't remember. That entire weekend last year was a blur. It was an absolute blur, but in the best way, in the best possible way. Okay, that flash, not paranormal. I'm pretty sure. There's a window over here. And, or at least you can see the light from where the window's coming from. We had beautiful weather that weekend. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely beautiful weather that weekend. So, you know, somebody must have been pulling up in a truck or something like that, and it just caught the gleam. Another reason why you want to do more paranormal investigation, right? You don't have weird reflections like that happen. And if they do, they're harder to dismiss because
you okay in there, Phil?
It's
All right. Well, I can tell you it's not me. No. I wouldn't sit down there. That's another way. Remember, you can always let us know if you want us to be. If you're still here in this space,
what is past TD?
Sure.
is that you saying short?
No, it's not. Get yourself some sleep. I appreciate you staying up with me. Same way I was staying up with Villeneuve last night with his epic masterpiece that is Dune. So go ahead, get some sleep. Thank you for watching. There'll be some other stuff to watch later on. Trust me. All right. Have a good night.
I just noticed you down here.
Monster.
I don't think you're a monster. I don't even know your story. Now,
Actually, that was our
just so you know,
I'm not sure.
I have been called T-Monster before in the past. Is that you?
It might have been.
Have been called T-Monster before in the past.
Is that you? Why did I come? I came with my buddy Phil here because we wanted to hear more about your story. I kept hearing sure again and again and again. It was your ghost tube out down here.
Oh, really?
See, and when I picked it up, it said monster. Some people call me the Tea Monster.
That's true. Oh, wow. Look at these walls.
I know, right?
Look at these walls.
Disorder. Yes, there's a lot of disorder happening, and we recognize that.
Wait a minute. People here who were patients here had
a disorder.
Possibly had disorders.
Run? Well, we don't want to run.
I'll tell you what. There's some other spots in this building that we want to just take a look at. So we might move on from this space in just a few minutes.
Yeah, we just want to get a little more time in here.
So if you don't mind us being in here, we're appreciating quiet too.
But you asked, why did you come? We came because we want to hear your story. We want to know your story.
I don't mind saying this either. Watching this footage, it's neat, but it also makes me miss when, we're doing this when lights are out, it's dark, and we have the place to ourselves. There is something more beneficial when you're doing a private investigation. It may sound snooty, but that's the God's honest truth.
And that's why we're here in this room with you right now, with all these different devices. Watch your distance there. I want to make sure that you don't slip it off by accident. Well, no, I thought...
What do you mean? Is that my ghost too?
That was your ghost too.
I also remember we were not shooting this specifically with an episode in mind, so that's why you're getting a lot of crotch and butt shots. Now, granted, Phil and I keep it tight for a pair of dads. I don't mind saying we keep it tight, but it's a little embarrassing.
So somebody said, "What do you mean?"
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do we mean? If you want to know what we mean by we've come here to find out your story, we're doing it right now. We're talking to you. We want to talk to you about your experience. We want to know. Sign. Email. Sign.
Pretend. Did you?
There's a lot you can take from that.
There's a lot. Were the walls this ugly green color when you were here? I sure hope not. What do we know about the Mayflower Building?
I know nothing about the Mayflower Building. I feel like I should, but I know nothing about the Mayflower Building. You need to figure out what kind of plan you want. Sometimes you have to go back in. You say like 1199 here, and then it will remember you when you log in with your credentials.
Okay, I think. I'll just do this.
The word that is generating is accept. Do you want us to accept the fates of people that were here?
Thank you, Queen Lavender. I appreciate that sentiment. I totally agree. Cats are OP. Yes, you're in the right space if you live like that. In fact, let me go ahead and move my cat cam here. The good news is I do have a cat cam. The bad news is he is not in the tree. He is right here by the desk. There he is. There he is. Just loafing. There you go. How's the stream been? It's been up and down here, Viral. Had to find some lost footage, have found it, and now we're waiting for something to happen. And I've been getting a lot of questions about the difference between a paranormal investigation that's private and paranormal investigation that's public. And tomorrow I will be heading up to Pennsylvania for Pennhurst Paracon, and tomorrow night, as soon as we get to our destination, I will have to get set up because, yeah, we have a premiere tomorrow night at 9 p.m. And I'm excited about it. I'm very excited. All right, let's get to it.
That was you. The K2's been going off in there.
Really?
Yeah. This one, I heard it going off pretty good.
This one's been kind of quiet.
Well, I think overall, too, is that Teresa. Overall, it's been pretty quiet.
I see what you mean by that being very loud.
Yeah. I'm trying to listen to different.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I'm not sure, but I like the way
Oh, that reminds me.
What?
What I wanted to tell you. So we're walking back from the infirmary. No. In the screen? No, he's not calling. He's on. Hardly. Hardly. So we're walking back from the infirmary.
Yeah.
And you're not going to believe this. A tree fell in the woods as we were walking by.
Did you hear it?
And you say I'm an asshole.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yes. And we heard this noise, and we turned around.
I totally forgot that I had said that to Phil. If you missed it, Phil said, a tree fell in the woods. And I looked at him and I said, did you hear it? And he just went... And this is why it's so important that you have cameras, at least a camera not just filming whatever your devices are, but also you. So you can capture moments like that. Unfortunately, I only have it on audio because right now it's just the talking crotches back and forth, everybody. Not my best footage.
That's what I appreciate about you.
Thank you. I appreciate that viral.
And we saw the tree fall. What are the chances of seeing a tree fall? And the fact that I had to go back and get my device at that time where that tree was going to fall, I don't know what to make of that.
Looks like I'm doing some type of tour outside of me.
Yeah, because you're doing that day out history tour today.
I was just going to say, there's something about this Paratech, what I like about it, is how it fits. It just fits very
It
clearly.
does. Okay, let's inspect them. Dad.
Well, we are dads. We are both dads. We are both dads, and I don't mind saying it. My dad is right here with me. My dad right now is providing me a little bit of protection today. And when I say a little bit, I mean a lot. He's not protecting me from you.
Yeah, because we don't think we get protection from you.
But we wanted to make sure that we reached out to you. When we talked to you. Were you a dad yourself? Before you came here?
What is that?
Was that mine? That was yours.
So, I guess I'm in, but we'll call it letter generation though.
Identity.
That's funny because I think it's just a name. but I get every time I see it because it's in
It's in Ouija mode?
yes.
Did you want to move on? Or are you good?
Yeah, let's move on. I'm just taking one last look in here. This little closet.
Go.
They have these nice nails to hang their clothing on. You know what? Let me do this.
We're going to go ahead and we're going to start
Yeah, we're going to start moving on here.
Start moving on. If there's anything you want to say before we leave, now would be a good time.
But I wouldn't like any dark Mayflower. Yes, we are in the Mayflower building. We're going to be exploring a little further. I just want to this closet area. So it looks like, I don't know if you can see it, soft here, but I gotta imagine. So we got a hook there, like a good old standard closet hook. But it does look like mostly they probably hung their garments off nails, unless these nails are just being pushed out over time. Hard to say.
Okay. Okay, so nothing there. And sometimes that happens, chat. Sometimes that happens in the paranormal. You will have some things that yield a lot of neat things. And then there's going to be some things that you hope are going to be exciting and interesting, and it doesn't necessarily work out. So hold on one second. Let's see. Unfortunately, chat, I think I'm going to have to wrap things up. It's, I have some other footage that I want to go through. I really do. But unfortunately, I do need to wrap up because there's some things that I need to sort out for the trip tomorrow. And I want to get in on that. I want to get on that. And I'm also getting some messages from my better half over at OSI, Phil Rossi, and I've got to make sure that I have that stuff packed up and ready to go. Yes, to be continued. The question remains, though, do I have, and this is one of the things that you have, these are part of the tough questions you get, you have to ask yourself, is do I have enough of footage here to make an episode out of? Presently, I don't think I do. But going back to Pennhurst, I should be able to shoot some stuff with Phil, and we'll navigate that. But right now, I am gonna call it a night. No raid plan. We're just gonna close up shop. But thanks everybody for being here. Again, a real quick reminder. Tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, exclusively over at the Alcoholic Prodigal Son has returned. Reyes. Thank you for that, I think. Thank you for that. That's sorry, I was if you were expecting me to react to that, I was in the zone with the footage that I had. But okay, let's back it up again. So, tomorrow night, 9 p.m. exclusively on YouTube, we've got part 2 of the Bird Theater. That's happening tomorrow. Then Saturday, not the usual scheduled stream, but throughout the entire weekend, there are going to be some drive-bys. There are going to be some drive-by streams, okay? And we're going to be live from Pennhurst, and I will bring you all up to speed on what's going on who we're seeing, and who we're talking to. And, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, everybody? You all have a great night. Take care of yourselves, okay? Peace.